Hi dear, what if I told you that you can get more exclusive and more exciting content? You can become a hokage in a hidden village of lonely kunoichi. For that, you just need to go to my boosty. The link will be in the description.
I stood at my bedroom window and watched as my parents drove out of the driveway. They always left for work, usually just for a weekend, like this time, but once they left for a whole month. In cases like that, they would have relatives check in every weekend and bring me food, and make sure the bills were paid for. I didn't mind it though, because when they leave, I'm allowed to have a friend over for the weekend. Times like these called for my best friend, Kelsey, to come over. So the second my parents' Ford Explorer went out of view, I picked up my cell phone to call my friend, turning off my iPod as I did so. I was listening to Our Song by Taylor Swift. I listened to the phone ring. 1, 2, 3, 3.5. Hello? I heard Kelsey's voice ask. Hey Kels, it's me, Darcy, I said. My parents just left. I'll pick you up for school tomorrow and you can put your stuff in my car, okay? Sounds cool, she said. Do you want me to bring any Naruto DVDs? Nah, I've got them all, I said. Well, I've got to go. Now that you mention Naruto DVDs, I want to go and watch a Shippuden episode. The one where Gaara uses sand to shake Naruto's hand, remember? Oh yeah, I do, she said. Call me tomorrow before you come to pick me up. 'Kay, see you later, I said. Yup, bye, she replied, and we hung up the phones. I went into my parents' bedroom since they had a DVD player there, and I was too lazy to go downstairs. I mean, why waste energy if you already have what you need upstairs? The DVD I wanted to watch was in my room. I pressed play and resumed watching where I left off. Naruto, Sakura, Kakashi, Lee, Tenten, Niji, Guy, Temari, Kankuro, and Gaara were at the funeral for Lady Kyle. I lay there watching, but I'm not sure for how long. I think I fell asleep pretty quickly, but I vaguely remember the screen looking like everything just froze. However, I was too sleepy to care. Friday morning, 6:30. Slowly I woke up to the distant sound of Taylor Swift. Huh, what's that? I asked groggily. I shrugged it off and lay back down, but a second later I realized it was my alarm. Holy crap! I'm going to be late! I leaped off of my parents' bed, vaguely aware that the TV screen was still frozen like last night. The only difference was that the images of Naruto, Sakura, Kakashi, Temari, Kankuro, and Gaara were missing. I raced into my room and hastily pulled on random clothes, jeans, a yellow t-shirt, and a pair of flip-flops with peace signs on them. Running into the bathroom, I brushed my hair and ran downstairs. I was only halfway down when I realized that I had left my phone in my room. I turned around, cursing under my breath, and ran up to retrieve it. Come on, pick up already, I said to the phone as I headed downstairs, calling Kelsey. There you are, she sighed. What happened? I overslept, I'm sorry, I said. I'll be dash. But I stopped in mid-sentence and mid-step. Darcy, you still there? Kelsey asked. Huh? What? Yeah, I am, I said in a daze. A group of 6 people were standing in my kitchen, and Kelsey wouldn't believe who, for I didn't really believe who they were. What's wrong? You sound like you saw a ghost, she said. If I told you, you wouldn't believe me, I said. Try me, she said. Okay, I said. Naruto, Sakura, Kakashi, Temari, Kankuro, and Gaara are standing in my kitchen as we speak. Yeah, right, she said. Told you, I said. Okay, I'll be over in a minute. I'll see you later. Okay, bye, she said, still a bit skeptical. I shut my phone and stared at the ninja in my kitchen. What to do? As I thought, my gaze drifted over to the digital clock on the microwave. It read 6:50. Oh my God! I am going to be late, I shouted. I dashed past the ninja and opened the fridge. I grabbed a slice of pizza left over from the 5 boxes my mom got for dinner last night. Why she got 5 boxes of pizza for a family of 3, I would never know. I put it on a plate and tossed it into the microwave to heat up. As I waited, I ran into the T.V room where I had been studying for a while after school. I threw all of my books into my messenger bag and grabbed my geometry notes. I had a test today that I was so not ready for. Area of an equilateral triangle is A equals 1/4 square root of 3 side length squared. I mumbled to myself as I grabbed my pizza from the microwave and shouldered my bag. I was about to leave when someone blocked my path from the kitchen. I had nearly forgotten that the characters of Naruto were in my kitchen. "Excuse me, it's clear you're in a rush, but could you spare a minute?" Kakashi asked me. "Huh?" I asked, looking up at him. "Oh, right. Just stay hidden and stay inside until I get home at 2:30 this afternoon. You're ninja, so it shouldn't be too hard." "Okay, works for me," he said with, I assumed, a smile. His eye was closed, which usually meant he was smiling. "Have a very good and safe day." "Who are you, my father?" I asked before I could stop myself. "No, just a normal adult," he said. "Normal?" Naruto asked. "Normal adults don't read pervy books all day." "He's got a point," I said. "Anyways, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Now, I really do need to go, so if you could just move to the side?" "Sure," he said, getting out of my way. "Thank you," I said as I rushed past him and grabbing my keys from the counter. It was hard to balance everything. I had keys in one hand, pizza in the other, and a heavy messenger bag at my side threatening to abide by gravity and pull me to the ground. I got outside to my yellow Jeep Wrangler. I awkwardly unlocked the door and got in. Holding my pizza in my mouth, I somehow managed to get my backpack off my shoulder and in the back seat. I started the car and drove to Kelsey's house, which wasn't too far from mine. She got in and put her backpack and small suitcase in the back seat with my backpack. "Are you kidding?" she asked. I knew she meant about Naruto and the others. "No, I'm not," I said, pausing to take the last bite of my pizza. "But if you don't believe me, then you'll see them when we get home." I pulled into the parking lot of River Rock High School and parked the car. It was 7:10, so we still had 10 minutes. "It's a good thing we're allowed backpacks, or we would never make it to class in time," I said. Kelsey agreed and we hurried into the front door. "Good luck on your math test," Kelsey told me as we parted ways. "Yeah, and on your English test," I told her. "Thanks, see you at lunch." I nodded and headed to math. I had math, English, band, and seminar today, and for whatever reason, I had a test in both math and English. Which hopefully meant no homework, but you know teachers. The day went by pretty quickly. I had no math homework, and I had to start reading Persepolis. This book was going to be a breeze. Seriously, a graphic novel for an English book, A/N. I am currently reading this book in English. It's, interesting. Kelsey and I chatted at lunchtime at our table. It was always just the two of us. We didn't want to get mixed up in all of the drama. We do talk to other people, but that's just during class and between class. Mostly, we just talked about school and what we were going to do this afternoon. We wanted to avoid the topic of the Naruto characters in my house. "So, do you want to go to the library and seminar today?" Kelsey asked, taking a bite of her sandwich. "Nah, I want to get a head start on my homework," I replied. I took a bite of my sandwich before I continued. "Sorry. What do you want to do this weekend?" That's a good question," she said. "Watch all of the Naruto movies you have? You have the first 3, right?" "Yeah, I do," I confirmed. "Sure, that sounds fun." We finished lunch and went to our next hour. Band for both of us. After that was seminar. I was able to finish reading Persepolis, and was able to study for my bio test on Monday. I quickly went through my classes I had on Monday. Science, study for tests, civics, worksheet due, Spanish, none, well, study acutely, but it was so easy I didn't feel like I had to. Next was health, none in that class. I still had a good 30 minutes left, so I decided to take a nap. I woke up precisely a minute before the bell rang, and when it finally did, I hurried to my locker and packed my backpack. Kelsey was at my locker within minutes. We started talking animatedly about our day and telling jokes. We drove home laughing, already psyched for the weekend. I seriously had forgotten about all the Naruto characters, so it was a big surprise to me when I walked right into Kakashi laughing at a joke Kelsey had told me. "Hello, how was your day?" he asked, smiling. "Fine," I said. "Wait, you guys are still here? You told us to stay here, didn't you?" he asked. "I did, but I thought I might be hallucinating or something," I replied. "At any rate, you all are probably pretty hungry, right?" Everyone nodded. "All right, Kels, go get a bowl." She nodded and got a large glass bowl. I grabbed a bag of salt and vinegar chips. My favorite. That bowl is meant for salads, you know that, right? I asked as I poured chips into it. Yeah, but it was big enough for all 8 of us, so I grabbed. She said. Alright, now what do we do? Watch a movie. Naruto the movie, Ninja Clash in the Land of Snow? I suggested. Sure, she said. Ooh, a movie about me? Naruto asked excitedly. Maybe a different one, Sakura said. I mean, his head can't get any bigger or might just burst. Sakura, that's really mean. Naruto whined. And true, I said. Alright, how about instead of that, I kick your butt in Naruto, the broken bond, Kels. How does that sound? Fine with me, she said. Dibs on Gaara, I said. I wanted him, she complained. What on earth are you talking about? Gaara asked. Huh. Oh, I guess I could see how this is a chord for you, I said. Just wait and see. Who do you want to be, Kels? I guess Sasuke? No, how about Sakura? But Sasuke's better. She went on like this for a good minute, switching between Sakura and Sasuke. Kelsey, how about you play as Sakura? I said. But you'll win, she complained. Exactly, I said, laughing. Please explain what the hell you are talking about. Gaara insisted, following me and Kelsey downstairs. Like I said, wait and see. I turned on my 360 in the TV and grabbed 2 controllers, tossing one of them to Kelsey. Do you remember all of the controls? I asked as I placed the game in the 360. Yup, she said. Once the game had loaded, we chose our characters and started playing. What the hell? I shouted in frustration after Kelsey beat me 2 rounds in a row. We were playing the best 2 of 3. How can Sakura beat Gaara? She's the weakest character in the game. Hell, in the whole show. Hey! I heard an angry Sakura shout. Now, Sakura, calm down, Kakashi said. I turned to see Kakashi holding back an angry Sakura. Oh, no offense, I said. None taken, she said reluctantly, not really meaning. I kind of meant in the first part, I said. You know, before your 2 years of training with Tsunade. After that, you're pretty amazing. Oh, you really think so? She asked, blushing. I nodded and turned back to the game. Kelsey and I kept at it for a good 2 hours. We started playing at 3 and ended at 5. How long are you going to keep this up? Kakashi asked. Oh, I guess we can stop. I'm kind of hungry, I said. Who wants pizza? I want ramen, Naruto complained. I don't have any ramen, I said. It's pizza or nothing at all. Everyone agreed to pizza, and after dinner, I found everyone a place to sleep. Boys had the living room and girls the basement. Okay, guys, we're going shopping tomorrow, I said before we all parted for bed. Shopping? A confused Kankuro asked. That's what girls do. Well, are you planning to leave anytime soon? I asked. Well, we really don't know how to, Kankuro admitted sheepishly. Exactly, you're probably going to be here for a while, I said. You'll need to blend in. I thought you would know that, you being ninja and all. She's right, Kakashi said. I'll take the girls shopping in the morning, then the guys in the afternoon, I said. You'll have to ditch the weapons, and Gaara, you need to lose the guard, and Kankuro, ditch the pupit. Everyone agreed and we went to bed. Hey, where are you parents? Temari asked. On a work trip, I said. They help new singers start out, but once they start to get really famous they find the singer a new manager, that way they don't have to leave for too long. When will they be home? Sakura asked. Monday morning, I said. You guys will need to find some place to stay. After that, no one talked much, and we all drifted off to sleep. A/N, okay, chapter 1 is up. Please review. The end of this chapter was probably pretty weak, since I kind of wanted to post it. I'm going to describe how the house, Kelsey, and myself look. Shopping trip. Naruto fanfic. Welcome, Naruto. Thanks to everyone who has reviewed. And I'm so sorry for such a late review. What can I say? I'm American, that means I'm lazy. Anyways, enjoy. Psyclaimer. I don't own Naruto, or Gaara. Sad face. It's sad, but it's true. However, I will make him mine by the end of the story. I hope there are no objections. Anyways, on with the story. Chapter 2. Shopping trip. I woke up at 10 exactly facing Temari. Wait, what? No, it must be a dream. I closed my eyes and opened them again. No, she was still there. I got up and saw Sakura the other side of Kelsey. I was so confused. I tried to ignore it and headed upstairs, still in my pajamas. When I got upstairs, I nearly fell back down them because Kankuro and Naruto were asleep in my living room, and I could see Gaara on the back porch. Good morning, Kakashi said, appearing right in front of my face. I screamed and actually did fall down the stairs. Or I would have if someone hadn't caught me. I looked back to see Temari there. Kelsey and Sakura were at the bottom of the stairs, looking very tired indeed. Also, they looked pretty mad. Did I wake you guys up? I asked. Their glares were enough. Ah ha ha ha, a cord laugh. Well, sorry. I would like to know why you were so surprised, Kakashi said. I guess I thought yesterday was a dream, I said. So, basically you would have gone to school. No, I would have realized it was Saturday, but I would have figured I imagined you guys, I said. I see, Kakashi said, but clearly he didn't. Okay, I know I said I would take you all shopping separately, but I'm too lazy to do that, I said. So, Kelsey, can you go home and get your car? Sure, I'll be right back. She left once she was dressed, which took about 10 minutes tops. Doesn't she live far away from here? Naruto asked. Nope, actually, she lives just down the street, I said. Within a few minutes, a red Mustang pulled up into the driveway. Alright, everyone get dressed. Oh, wait, actually, I'll find you some clothes. Hold on. Around 11, everyone was dressed in normal. Whether they fit or not was a different story. This doesn't really fit me, Gaara said. He was the only one who I couldn't find clothes that fit properly. Everyone else was, conveniently, the same size as my dad. Live with it, Sand Boy, I said. Okay, Leaf Ninja with Kelsey, Sand with me. The Sand Ninja piled into my Jeep, Gaara in the passenger seat, yay, and Kankuro and Temari in back. When I turned the car on, I turned up the volume on the radio. It was on amp radio play Taylor Swift. Today was a fairy tale. Today was a fairy tale. You were the prince. I used to be a damsel in distress. The song went on and I hummed along with it until the chorus, you know, the part one actually know. Time slows down. Whenever you're around. But can you feel this magic in the air? It must have been the way you kissed me. Fell in love when I saw you standing there. It must have been the way. Today was a fairy tale. It must have been the way. Today was a fairy tale. Can you stop that? Gaara finally asked. Stop what? Stop singing. Why? Because you can't sing, that's why. Oh, well, yeah, I knew that. But all of my friends just deal with it, so you should too. I told him. I wasn't too worried about him killing me, he had changed after all. Okay, we're here. Whoa. That's one store? Temari asked in awe. Yes, well, no, it's one building, but there are a bunch of small stores and restaurants in there, I said. Kelsey and the Leaf Ninja walked up to us just then. Okay, we're going to a store called American Eagle. I've got an employee discount there. With that, we headed into the mall. I led the way to American Eagle, and the second we entered, we were greeted by my coworker Ali. Hey, Darcy. She called from the cash register. I thought you had weekends off? I do, I'm here to shop, I said. Okay, I'd offer to help, but I think you know this store better than I do. She laughed. It was a joke between us. She had been working here a lot longer than I had, but I still put in more effort to get the job done quickly and right, so naturally I knew the store better than her. Better, in fact, than the back of my hand. Okay, look around and see if you find anything you like, I said. I indicated the guy's side and the girl's side and we broke off into groups. By the end of the shopping spree, all of the ninja had one new outfit. We had decided that they could just use the transformation jutsu for the rest of the outfits. Sakura got a cute pink mini skirt with a matching tank top that had a cherry blossom pattern on it, and platform sandals. Temari got camo-style capris with a black tank top and sandals similar to her ninja sandals, but not quite the same. Gaara, Kankuro, Naruto, and Kakashi all had similar outfits, jeans and a simple t-shirt with sneakers. So, remind me again why we went through the trouble of buying outfits when they could have used the transformation jutsu for all of their outfits? Kelsey asked. We wanted something to bring back with us, Sakura said. That is assuming we do make it home. Yeah. I agreed. I checked my phone for the time. Wow, it's noon already. We've been shopping for a while. Let's go get lunch. We all agreed, and soon we headed home. Later that day. You have to call them, Darcy. Kelsey told me. But they'll freak. I said. Just pick up the phone and call them. She said, shoving the phone into my hand. Fine. I said, and I dialed my mom's number. I waited while it rang. Please don't pick up, please don't pick up. I muttered under my breath. Everyone had gone out into the woods to train except for Gara, since he trained during the night apparently. What are you talking about? He asked, walking into the kitchen just then. Oh, she's going to call her parents and tell them about you guys. Kelsey sighed. Don't worry, she won't tell them that you're ninja from a TV show, but she'll make up some stuff so that they'll help you get started. Hopefully they'll believe her. Hello? I heard my mom's voice. Hi, Mom, I said. Just then, the rest of the ninja walked in. So, Kelsey and I were walking around the woods yesterday, and we found a group of 6 people camping out. When I asked where they lived, they said that they didn't have a home. I felt so bad that I invited them in to have a proper meal and a proper night's sleep, and well, I was wondering But she cut me off. They can stay there for as long as they need to, and we'll help them get a house and everything. My mom said sweetly. In fact, there's a house right by ours that is vacant, so when we get back, we'll get everything set so they can buy it, or, if may be, we can. Thanks, Mom, I said, and we hung up. After that, I explained everything that was said. Everyone was happy. Oh, by the way, I love where your house is, Kakashi said. It's completely surrounded by woods, so it's really easy to train without being caught. Yeah, I really like it too, I said. A/N, okay, that's it. By the way, I, Darcy, have long brown hair, a bit past my shoulder, and a bit shorter than Sakura's before she cut it, and blue eyes. Kelsey has short dirty blonde/brown hair and blue eyes. I think. I haven't seen her in a while, so I only have FB pics to go off of. Also, the house is pretty big and is secluded in the woods, kind of like the Cullen's house in Twilight, except not half glass. Well, I hope you enjoyed this chapter. Please review. School. Naruto fanfic. Welcome, Naruto. A/N, okay, thanks to those who reviewed. Anyways, sorry if the last 2 chapters had bad spelling, I forgot to use spell check. Anyways, I was hoping to post this next chapter quicker. Also, I know most, if not all, schools have stupid dress codes, like mine has no shorts or skirts shorter than mid-thigh, no shoulder, no back, no cleavage, etc. Okay, I can understand the short thing, but now shoulder or back? WTF? But anyways, this school is cool, or as cool as schools can get, and it doesn't have a dress code besides no hats and no shorts and skirts shorter than mid-thigh. Those, I can understand. That and the no shorts and. One more thing, I really hope I'm not boring you guys. I don't know what kind of school day you have at your school, considering you go to high school, but my school has block scheduling. Basically, we have an A and AB day and we have 4 classes each day, and the class is about an hour and a half long. Plus, every B day we seminar 2nd hour. The only difference I made in this story is seminar 4th hour. It seems to me with seminar 4th hour students will do their homework at home, unlike me, who does her math homework in seminar. Thank you everyone for putting up with my dreadfully long author note, so, without further ado, on with the story. Enjoy. Disclaimer, if I owned Naruto, do you think I would be writing this? No, I'd be doing whatever Masashi Kishimoto does. Chapter 3. School. It took the 6 ninjas a month of prepping before they were ready to join society. My parents helped them all find jobs and helped pay for their house. Kakashi got a day job at our school, assisting our gym teacher. This was going to be interesting, and a night job assisting at my taekwondo dojang. Sakura, Kankuro, and Temari all got a job at a music store. Naruto did get a job, but then he was fired for being too lazy. Gara decided not to get a job because most of the places he could work involved smiling, something he lacked in skill with. All that took nearly half the month. The other half I was teaching them how to blend in with society. My parents also helped them buy a car. The Sand Ninja got a Jeep just like mine except black, not bright yellow. And the Leaf Ninja, minus Kakashi, got a green 2-seater convertible. Kakashi, being the normal adult he is, got his own car, a black Lincoln. Monday morning, 7 a.m., high school parking lot. I got out of my car wearing brown capris with a black tank top. Kelsey had a matching top but wore jean shorts. We both had flip-flops on, too. We met the group of 5 ninja. Kakashi was already getting ready for class, wearing the same clothes that I bought them. Kankuro looked really weird because he didn't have his little hat thing on. "Hey, guys!" I called, meeting them in the middle of the parking lot. For safety reasons, I led them to the front of the high school. We headed to the main office so they could get their schedules. We were planning to get maps of the school for them, but it turned out the Sand Ninja had the same classes as me and the Leaf the same as Kelsey. "See you guys at lunch?" I said as we parted ways. We still had about 15 more minutes before class started, so once I showed my 3 new companions their lockers and hung their jackets in there, they each had a brown zip-up hoodie, A/N. Yes, I call hoodies jackets. We went to my locker and I explained to them how the day would go. "Okay, so first hour we have biology. This will probably be your most boring class today. Next is civics. The teacher is pretty funny, so that keeps the class interesting, but the actual topic is a kind of boring. Let's see, we have gym third hour, which means a lunch. And we have gym with Kelsey, Sakura, and Naruto. Finally we have Spanish fourth hour," I explained. "I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of homework. Okay, follow me." And I led them to biology. After I introduced them to the teacher, Mr. Smith, he said they could join me at my lab table. I sat alone. We took notes and watched this super cool video about Yellowstone National Park, A/N. I actually did watch this in bio and it was amazing. Next we went to civics and sat through a super boring period. Finally, we went to lunch and we met up with Kelsey, Naruto, and Sakura. "Okay, so civics was super boring, like you said, but biology wasn't that bad," Kankuro said as we walked through the lunch line. "The 3 Sand siblings got pizza, but I was sick of it so I got chicken and green beans." "I know," Temari said. "The video was awesome, but notes were a drag." "Ha, you sound like Shikamaru." I laughed. "Shut up," she said. "So, is there something between you two?" I asked. She said, but she could finish because Kelsey waved to us from our normal table. "So how were your first 2 classes?" she asked energetically. I was about to ask why she was so hyper when I saw a half-empty coffee cup. "That explains it." "All right," Temari said. "It's school, isn't it?" Gara said. "How fun did you think it would be?" "Oh, well, I guess you guys did have to go to the Ninja Academy and all," Kelsey said. "Hey, Kels, how long have you been in the cafeteria?" I asked. "I guess I got here just 5 minutes before you. Why?" she asked. "You drank half of a large coffee in 5 minutes?" She nodded. "Didn't that burn your mouth?" No," she said somewhat hesitantly. We ate in silence for a while. I was thinking about how they could still use ninjutsu, and I started wondering if that meant Kelsey and I could too. "Hey, do you guys think you could try to teach us to control chakra?" I asked. "What makes you think you can even use chakra?" Temari asked. "Nothing," I replied. "I just thought it would be worth a try. I mean, since you guys can still use your jutsu, I thought maybe we could use jutsu. But since we don't really have someone to teach us, we wouldn't know how to use it." "Well, the logic fits," Sakura said. "But that's something we should ask Kakashi-sensei, since he is the one in charge of this mission." "That makes sense," I said. We were dismissed from lunch, and we all headed for gym. We changed into our gym clothes and gathered in the gym. "Good morning, class," our teacher, Mr. Sparks, shouted. "Today, we have a new teacher joining us. He's my new assistant, and he's asked to be called Kakashi-sensei." Kakashi appeared by his side just then. He had a bandage wrapped around his head to cover his eye. His story was that he had some freak accident, and he can't see out of his eye. It was normal. Rare, but normal. "So we'll be splitting the class in half today. It's warm outside, so one half will be outside, and the other inside." The class split up, and the inside half was with Mr. Sparks and the outside class with Kakashi. I mean Kakashi-sensei. Naruto, Sakura, Gara, Kankuro, Temari, Kelsey, and I were in this group along with one of the popular girls, Rachel. She was one of those blonde girls who always did what the popular girls did in the movies. Basically, she made everyone's life hell. Except for her friends, and her boyfriend, Andrew, the most popular guy. But he was in the other group. "Hey, Kels," I whispered. "Look who's in this group." I pointed to Rachel. "Oh, this is going to be fun to watch," she said. "I can't believe Kakashi-sensei is actually on time," Naruto said. "Well, think about it, Naruto. He needs to blend in, and if he's constantly late, he'll be fired, and if he's fired, well, there won't be a steady income for our family," Sakura explained. The plan was for Kakashi to play the role of the father, while Gaara, Kankuro, and Temari acted as his biological children, since they didn't have last names. Naruto and Sakura kept their last names and played the role of adopted kids. "Oh, so I guess we shouldn't get used to this?" he asked. Sakura shook her head. We all gathered on the track and waited for Kakashi-sensei's orders. "Okay, I am Kakashi Hatake, you will address me as Kakashi-sensei though," he announced to the class. "To start, take a jog around the track to warm up." We all obeyed. Well, this wasn't as bad as I thought. When we were done, he had us do 50 jumping jacks and 50 roundhouse kicks as warm-up. Excuse me, Kakashi-sensei?" Rachel asked. "Yes?" he asked. "How do you do a roundhouse kick?" Boy, that girl was dumb. I mean, he just showed us how to do them. But he still showed her again. After about a minute of her playing dumb, he finally gave up. "Fine, no roundhouse kicks for you. Instead, 50 laps around the track," he said. "You do know how to run, right?" Rachel just huffed and started running. She might have been an annoying bitch, but she was also the bus runner on the track team. After we warmed up, he had us do 50 push-ups. We did a lot more physical activities, and by the time class was over, everyone except for Gaara, Kankuro, Temari, Naruto, and Sakura was sore and exhausted. Well, I wasn't that tired either, since that was basically my taekwondo class. When class was dismissed, everyone was dragging their feet except for the ninja and myself. "Kakashi-sensei, I think you're losing your touch," Naruto said. I barely broke a sweat. "Naruto, keep in mind not everyone here are ninjas," Kakashi said. "Yeah, Naruto, that was a lot of work for most of the class." Sakura scolded Naruto's stupidity. "But what about her?" he asked, pointing at me. "Who? Me?" I asked. He nodded. "Oh, well, that was pretty much one class of taekwondo for me. It wasn't that much work." We changed clothes and headed to Spanish. "Oh, just to let you know, Rachel and Andrew are in our last class," I warned my new friends. "How is that a bad thing?" Temari asked. "I don't know, it shouldn't be, but I have a bad feeling anyways," I said as we entered the classroom. "Oh my god," Rachel was saying to pretty much the whole class. "Mr. Sparks' new assistant is so weird." "Like how weird, Ratch?" asked one of her best friends, Bridget. "Like super weird," she said. "He's got this bandage over his eye and he wears this weird mask." "Just ignore her," I said. "Why? As his children we shouldn't stand for this," Temari said. "Don't make a scene," I said. Rachel saw as we walked in and came over to Temari, Kankuro, and Gaara. "You guys are the new kids, right?" she asked. She was so annoying, and she had that annoying snob voice too. "Yeah, what of it?" Temari asked. "So, like, the rumor is that that freak of a gym teacher is your father, is that true?" she asked. "As a matter of fact, it is," Temari said without any hesitation. Because of that, I knew she was prepared to be asked that question. "I feel so sorry for you guys," she said. "What's there to be sorry for? Are you pitying us because we're new?" Temari asked. I could tell she was intimidating Rachel by just sitting there glaring at her. "And for the record, Kakashi-sensei trains us like that every day, so just because you're too lazy to do a few roundhouse kicks doesn't mean he's weird." "A few?" she asked, getting mad. "Last I checked, 50 isn't a few." With that, she turned and returned to her seat just as the bell rang to start class. I wasn't paying much attention though. I knew it was just Temari's personality, but still, nobody talked to Rachel like that. Temari's life was about to go to hell. When the bell rang to dismiss us, I explained this to her. "Don't worry, whatever she throws at me I'll just throw back tenfold." Temari laughed. "I eat girls like her for breakfast." "Not literally, of course, that'd be disgusting." We laughed as we headed to the parking lot. I met Kelsey at my car and I quickly left the parking lot to drive her home. She didn't come over when my parents were home, so to speak. They always worked late, but basically it meant no one could come over during the week unless they were actually out of town. "So Spanish was interesting," I said as I turned out of the parking lot. Interesting how? She asked. Well, I said. And I explained everything that happened. Really? She asked in shock. Really? I said. I told Temari her life would be hell, but she doesn't seem concerned. She shouldn't be, Kelsey said. I was on our street now. This is Temari, remember? She'll be fine. The street, well, more like road, was a dirt one. The driveways were spread out wide, and there were lots of trees. I absolutely loved it. I pulled up next to her driveway and she got out. See you tomorrow. Bye. I waved and drove away and pulled into my driveway, which was 3 driveways away. Naruto's and the others lived right next to me. Well, not right next to me, but as next to me as possible in this neighborhood. I was pretty excited for tomorrow. Hopefully I would get an answer for my question. In the meantime, I dropped my backpack on a chair in the kitchen and grabbed my notebook and a pencil. I headed out into the woods in my backyard until I found my clearing. It was pretty small, but in the middle there was a tree that had a low branch that I liked to sit on. I climbed up, opened my notebook and started doodling. Just random shapes, really. I never paid attention, I just stared up at the sky. A/N, finally done. I don't think it was that long of a wait, but still, it's nice to get this up. Also, the next few chapters are going to be the same afternoon, but from different perspectives. Well, people, you know the drill. Review and I'll update. Snacks, computer games, and homework. Naruto fanfic, welcome, Naruto. A/N, here you go, no monologue this time. Also, quotation marks are talking while these things are messaging online. Disclaimer, I don't own Naruto. Chapter 4. Snacks, computer games, and homework. Kelsey's POV. Monday afternoon, about 2:30. I got out of Darcy's yellow Jeep, waving goodbye, and hurrying inside. Both of my parents work late, so I had the afternoon to goof off. But without parents home to tell me what to do, I had to start worrying about my grades myself, so I still do my homework and stuff. I walked in the front door and straight to the kitchen, dropping my backpack on the table and going over to the closet. Now, what should I eat? I asked myself, looking in the pantry. Aha! I grabbed a bag of popcorn and started popping it in the microwave. While I waited, I grabbed my math homework and my laptop and headed into the living room to lay down on the couch. I was already on Facebook and done with the first 2 math problems when the microwave went off. I hurried to pour my popcorn into a bowl and headed back to the couch, aka my happy place. Like always, Darcy's not on, I said to myself, with a bit of disappointment. I knew she always liked to go doodle in her little tree, but I could never talk to her on Facebook. Oh well, at least I still see her at school. Just then I got a message from Temari. Hey, did Darcy tell you about Spanish class? She asked. Yeah, she really worried, but I know better, I replied back. Good, at least someone gives me some credit. I could almost hear the relief in her voice. Did you get a lot of homework today? I asked her, trying to keep the conversation going, anything to not do math. Not really, she replied. Kakashi-sensei signed us up for Taekwondo. Do you take it like Darcy? That's good that you don't have homework, and it's cool you're taking Taekwondo. But no, I don't, I take dance. Oh, that's too bad, it would have been fun with you. Haha, really? Thanks, I replied. It felt nice to know that people like being around me. When do you have your classes? Well, there are a lot of different times and days we can go, she explained. I'm going tonight at 6 o'clock, and it'll be done at 6:45. Cool, I replied, but this time I didn't keep the conversation going. I hated math, but I had to do it. It was just a worksheet with 10 problems on it. I had to find the lateral area, surface area, and volume of a prism, cylinder, pyramid, and cone, and the surface area and volume of a sphere. Boring. But really easy, too. After about a half hour, I was goofing off on the laptop watching Naruto and other random shit. I was finished with math. Conveniently, I only had math homework, so I just kept goofing off. After a while, I checked the time and it read 5:55. Everyone would be getting ready for Taekwondo. I felt kind of left out. Oh well, nothing to do now but watch anime. I quickly found my favorite anime site and scrolled through the list of anime I could watch. Of course I picked Naruto, what else would I watch? I decided to watch the episodes that Sakura and Lady Chio were fighting Sasori. It was pretty intense. At around 7 p.m., I got a message from Darcy. Hey, how was your day? She asked. Fine, how was TKD? I replied. Fine, but I'm going to be sore tomorrow. So many roundhouse kicks. She said. Our master decided to let Kakashi teach 100 roundhouse kicks, and that was just warm up. Then there was 100 laps around the mat in the dojang, followed by another 100 roundhouse kicks. That pretty much took up the whole 45 minutes. Haha, you will be sore tomorrow. I replied, then realized that what I typed sounded mean. Sorry, that wasn't meant to be mean. It's okay, she replied. So did you finish your homework? Yeah, you? Yup, well, sort of, kind of, well, not, she said. You know you should finish your homework, I told her. I wished I could have sounded strict, but you know how computers are. Yeah, you're right, she said. Well, I goose IGTG, I see why tomorrow. Bye, I said. I checked the clock, 7:30. Time for dinner. I logged off of Facebook and got off of the internet, shutting down the laptop. I hurried to heat up some pizza and then I returned to the couch to watch TV. Monday, 10:55 p.m. Kelsey, wake up. I heard my mom's distant voice call out. Kelsey. She shook me. Kelsey. My dad shouted, and I bolted up. Is it morning already? I asked. No, but you have to go to bed, my mom said. But I was already sleeping, I complained. You have to go to bed in your own bed, my mom corrected herself. Oh, right, I said, laughing. I hurried upstairs and got ready for bed. As soon as I got into my bed, I fell right back asleep. A/N. Sorry this is so short, not much was going to happen. This was just supposed to be a chapter to get to know Kelsey a bit better, so I hope I accomplished that. A look through green eyes. Naruto fanfic, welcome, Naruto. Chapter 5. Okay, I'm gonna try and update pretty quickly here. With any luck, 2 chapters in one day. Also, I was wondering if you wanted me to have a chapter dedicated to a Taekwondo class. If you want me to, say so in your comment. Okay, next chapter, here we come. Disclaimer, I think you get the picture. I just have to do this for legal purposes. Chapter 5. A look through green eyes. Sakura's POV. For once, I had let Naruto drive home. And of course I regretted it. I remember why I never let you drive, I said, mostly to myself, but of course he heard me. What is that supposed to mean? He asked, rather annoyed. You'd drive recklessly, I said. You're almost always over the speed limit, you brake way too hard, and your turns are way too sharp. Who asked you? He asked angrily. At least I can get us home quickly. When you drive it's take nearly an hour to get home. No, it takes me 20 minutes, I said. It takes you 10 minutes, you go way too fast. No, I don't. I get us home quickly, safely, and with style, he said. See, here we are. Quickly, yes, safely, no, and with style, sure, but that's not important. I yelled at him as I got out of the car. Temari pulled into the driveway with her 2 brothers in the back. Hey guys, she called when she got out. But I wasn't listening. I was storming into the house. They all followed me. I was in the living room and everyone else, minus Kakashi-sensei, of course, were in the kitchen, so I could hear the conversation. What's her problem? She thinks I drive too recklessly, Naruto explained. Well, she's right, Temari told me. Not you too. Naruto cried in exasperation. Seriously, Temari? Kankuro sighed. Not only does Naruto get home quickly, but he gets home in style. Not to mention he can keep everyone in the vehicle safe because of his ninja reflexes. Thank you, Kankuro, someone who agrees, Naruto said. Well, I think we should have a vote, I said, coming into the kitchen. Obviously Temari and I agree Naruto shouldn't drive. And obviously Naruto and Kankuro believe Naruto can drive. So Gaara, what do you think? If you agree that Naruto can drive, then he and I can work out a driving schedule. If you don't agree, then Naruto won't be allowed to drive again. Well, I honestly don't have a problem with it, Gaara said. Even without the one-tailed beast eyeside of me, I still have control over my sand. But you don't have your sand with you every day, I reminded him, hoping to change his answer. Actually, yes, I do, it's just not in my gourd anymore. I have it in little plastic baggies in my pockets and in my backpack, he explained. But you wear your gourd around the house and on weekends when no one can see you, I protested. Yeah, I just transfer my sand, he said calmly. Fine, you can drive to and from school every Tuesday and Thursday, I told Naruto reluctantly. Yay! Naruto shouted in excitement. Just then, Kakashi-sensei walked through the door. Kakashi-sensei, can I ask you something? I asked. Yes, Sakura? He asked as he took off his bandage and put his headband on it. Gaara was also getting his gourd, Kankuro his puppets, and Temari her fan. Well, Darcy was wondering if you could teach her and Kelsey chakra control, and possible jutsu later on. I said. She figured it would be worth a try, since we can still use our jutsu and stuff. Also, and this only what I think, it's wonderful that we left our home, at least in Darcy's and Kelsey's perspective, and usually anything really good comes with repercussions or some bad event or something. I explained. I kind of left it open-ended, but I knew Kakashi-sensei would understand. You mean Orochimaru might come find us? He said this as a statement, not a question. Yes, I said. Or the Akatsuki, I added in my head. I see, well, we can start training them on Friday. And we'll do that every Friday after school, plus the weekend. Kakashi-sensei said. But keep it a surprise from them. Yes, sir, I said. But why keep it a secret? Well, I guess I don't want them to get too excited, he said. Oh, I will also be testing them for their chakra type. That way, if they do pass the chakra control test I have for them, I can teach them a few jutsu. Maybe. Maybe? I asked. Well, never mind, just make sure you're not late. I grabbed a bag of chips and poured some into a bowl. I hurried to the living room to watch a DVD Darcy gave me. What are you watching? Temari asked, joining me. Darcy let me borrow this, I said, handing her Naruto Uncut Box Set 1. So, there really is a show, Temari said. I guess that explains why that kid came up to us before gym saying that we looked a lot like the Naruto characters. And that we had the same names. I'm glad I said it was just a coincidence. Okay, SHHH, it's on, I whispered. Naruto, Kankuro, Gaara, and Kakashi came in and found a place to sit. Whoa, so that's when the fourth Hokage sealed the nine-tailed fox in me? Naruto asked, instinctively clutching his stomach. Yes, Naruto, it is, Kakashi said. Gaara looked at Naruto with a bit of sympathy, but Naruto didn't really notice. Haha, I remember that. Naruto cried out when he saw the Hokage faces covered in graffiti. That wasn't very respectful, Naruto, I scolded. You got to admit though, it was funny, Naruto said. Besides, I'm going to be a better Hokage than all of them. So I did that to prove it to the people. Narrate, that doesn't make any sense at all, I said. Whatever, just be quiet and watch the show, Gaara said. At this point in the show, Naruto had caused us, well, Naruto and myself, to take a transformation test. Ugh, he was so annoying. Well, he still is, but not as much. Haha, I remember my sexy jutsu. Naruto burst out after he watched himself transform. I need to do that again. Hey Gaara, Kankuro, you want me to teach you that jutsu? Yeah, Kankuro exclaimed. At the same time Gaara replied with a short monotone. No. They looked at each other for a moment before Kankuro spoke up. Why, little bro? Doesn't it look cool? No, it doesn't, Gaara replied. I am the Kazekage, I am above that. Thank you, Gaara, I said. Isn't it good at least one of these guys are mature, Temari? Temari? I looked over to see her on one of our laptops. Huh, you say something? She asked. What are you doing? I asked. Oh, I'm talking to Kelsey, I mean, I'm not in any of these episodes, so I don't have a reason to watch, she said. Oh, come on, at least watch the end of this episode, Naruto complained. What's at the end of this episode? I asked. Well, I stole the scroll, remember? He asked. I nodded and he continued. Well, it was because Mizuki tricked me. He nearly killed Iruka-sensei and he's the reason I found out about the fox spirit inside of me. It was pretty epic. Iruka sacrificed a lot for me, A/N, and according to the abridged series, his spine should be broken. Anime can be pretty weird sometimes, but I like it. Oh, well, maybe I'll watch it, Temari replied. Later though, okay? I said, noting the time. It's 5:40, we need to get ready for Taekwondo. We quickly got ready and left. Later, after Taekwondo. When we got home, we had dinner, got ready for bed. As I drifted off to sleep, I kept hoping that Naruto wouldn't blow the secret that we were going to train Darcy and Kelsey. And I was also thankful that Kakashi didn't mention Akatsuki. A/N, well, I did say I would post 2 chapters in one day, and I kind of did. Okay, please review. Chakra Training. Naruto fanfic, welcome, Naruto. Chapter 6. A/N, wow, I'm really getting these chapters up. Good for me. Though, I would like some more reviews. Disclaimer, I don't own Naruto. Chapter 6. Chakra Training. Back to Darcy's POV, it'll be like this unless specified by me. Friday, 2:30 p.m. So, why are we coming over to your house again? I asked Temari as we left 4th hour. Sakura and I wanted to clean the house, and do the laundry, and other household chores. Temari explained. Yeah. Sakura agreed. And we can't put our faith in Naruto, Kankuro, Gaara, or Kakashi-sensei. That's how it works with guys, Temari added. I see, I said. Well, Kelsey, looks like we're going over to Kakashi's house. We'll meet you there, but first let us drop our stuff off at our houses. Got it, Sakura said. See you later. Come on, Kels, I said, and we got into our car and headed home. I wonder if Sakura ever asked Kakashi if he can train us. I hope she did. Yeah, me too, Kelsey agreed. We rode in silence and listened to the radio. The song, Break Your Heart, by Tayo Cruz A/N, did I spell that right? 10 minutes later, I pulled into my driveway. My parents were out of town again, so Kelsey was staying with me for the weekend again. We ran up to the door, tossed our backpacks into the house, and walked over to the ninja household. I knocked on the door, and Temari opened it. Oh, good, you're here, Temari said. Come on in. On the outside, the house looked like an average American house. On the inside, there were some American applications, a TV and whatnot, but there was a lot of traditional Japanese decorations and furniture. I could tell the house had been redesigned. When we walked in, everyone's shoes were placed neatly by the wall, and the floor in front of the door was elevated, just like you would see in the show. Come on to the backyard, we're going to start with yard work. Sakura's already back there, Temari said, leading us through the house. We weren't wearing our shoes, but rather carrying them through the house. As we walked past the kitchen, I could see empty instant ramen in a cup. That was so like Naruto. When we reached the back door, we put our shoes on and went out the door. When we exited, I was surprised to see not only Sakura, but also Naruto, Gaara, and Kankuro. I wondered where Kakashi was, but I didn't ask. Everyone started to walk into the forest, and Kelsey and I followed. So, where are we going? Kelsey asked. We found this great place, a clearing with a lake in it, but there's a bunch of trash there, so we want help cleaning it up. Temari explained. This was the only chore we could get the guys to help us with. Sakura explained the reason for the boys' presence. Oh, okay, Kelsey said. When we finally reached the clearing, the first thing I noticed was that there wasn't any trash anywhere. Okay, I've got 2 questions, I said. 1, where is all the trash? 2, where is Kakashi? I mean, shouldn't he be helping us too? That's no to address your new master. A voice from behind us said. I whirled around to see Kakashi standing on the path we had come from. I think the proper way to address me now is Kakashi-sensei, or, if you would like, the Great One, or O Supreme Lord, or dash. But he was cut off. We get it, Kakashi-sensei, Sakura exclaimed. But that was funny, Kelsey remarked. Wait, you want us to call you Kakashi-sensei? So does this mean you're training us? I asked, trying and failing to maintain my cool. Yes, it does, he replied. But it's not going to be fun. And it sure as hell won't be easy. If you don't feel up to the challenge, by all means, back out, no one will judge you. After all, you two are not ninja, so it really isn't in your blood to work your ass off and kill people and stuff. So, what do you say? Are you in or are you out? In, defiantly in, I exclaimed. Ditto, Kelsey said with equal, if not more, enthusiasm as me. Okay, today will be your first day of training then, Kakashi said. Naruto, Sakura, Temari, Kankuro, Gaara, I am going to ask you 5 to stay here to watch my training methods, so that you may copy, improve, or alter them when you train these 2 girls. Oh, and by the way, you two, this day will be a taste of what you have coming, so if you do want to back out you may. Wait, sensei, what do you mean by when you train these 2 girls? Sakura asked. Well, I'm going to have you guys in groups, Kakashi said. Naruto and Sakura, you will train Darcy and Kelsey every Friday, minus today. Temari and Kankuro, you will train them every Saturday, and Gaara, you and I will train them every Sunday. Yes, sir, the 5 ninja said. Okay, good, now let's get started, Kakashi said. When he said this, the others went to sit down by a tree near the edge of the clearing to watch. First, I'm going to test your taijutsu skills. I won't be testing your ninjutsu or genjutsu because you don't know any, but taijutsu is something you guys should both know. Basic kicking and punching. Without any warning, he disappeared. Be on your guard, Kelsey, I said. I really should have listened to my own advice, though, because the second I said that, Kakashi-sensei kicked me in the side and I went flying off to the right. Kelsey was laughing at me until she got kicked in the side, too, and went flying to the left. You have to keep up your guard, Kakashi-sensei instructed us. Yeah, easy for you to say, Mr. Ninja, I muttered under my breath as I stood up. Either he heard me, or he just wanted to hit me again, because as soon as I said that, in just 1 second he was in front of me throwing a punch, but this time, I was ready. I shot my hand up to grab his hand and stop his punch, and when he threw a second punch at me, I did the same thing. We were in a clinch, and with my experience from Taekwondo, I knew just what to do. I brought my leg up and slammed it into his head, using a crescent kick, and releasing his hands the exact right time, I kicked him right to the ground. But it turned out he was using substitution jutsu, and when I looked around for him, I saw him battling Kelsey. She was doing a pretty good job fighting him, considering she doesn't do Taekwondo, and that Kakashi's a jounin, an elite ninja of the Leaf Village. She was effectively blocking his punches and kicks, and got pretty close to hitting him. When she finally did lay a roundhouse kick, and a powerful one at that, he disappeared in a puff of smoke and was replaced by the log. Damn, substitution again? I asked out loud. I thought this was taijutsu training, not ninjutsu. Where did he go? Kelsey asked. Above? Left? Right? Behind? I asked these questions as I looked in each direction. If he's not in any of those, Kelsey said, then he must be below. I finished. Jump, Kelsey. We both did, and just in time, too. We both grabbed onto a tree branch that was above us and climbed onto it. As soon as we were on the tree branch, 2 Kakashi-senseis popped out of the ground. 2, not 1, but 2. Fortunately, he missed. Style, headhunter jutsu, I said. Ninjutsu, too. Precisely, he said. I crouched down, and then jumped forward to attack Kakashi, but he stopped me when I got close enough. Enough of this, I'm done testing you. Now I'm going to teach you about chakra, and how to mold physical and spiritual energy into chakra. Yes, sir, Kelsey and I said in unison. Kakashi-sensei, I said. Yes? When will we be climbing trees? If all goes well, tomorrow, Kakashi-sensei answered. Now, sit down on the ground and listen to me. We obeyed, and he dove into a lecture. So, as you know, chakra is a combination of physical and spiritual energy. Physical energy is improved through training, such as push-ups, punching and kicking, running, and other such activities. Spiritual energy is improved through meditation and study. To meld the two energies together, you must learn to focus your mind, and then once you've done that, you must make a hand sign of some sort to utilize your concentrated chakra. It is rare to be able to do one-handed hand signs, and the only one who I knew could do it was Haku. And he's dead. So, I'm going to teach the clone jutsu. The hand signs are ram, snake, tiger. He showed us the hand signs, and showed us the jutsu once. Then it was our turn. Okay, here I go, I said. I held my hands in the traditional chakra concentration form and focused on melding physical and spiritual energies together. Okay, so ram, snake, tiger. I said to the hand signs as I preformed them. Clone jutsu. I stood there waiting, but nothing happened. Well, that was anticlimactic. Haha, you failed, Kelsey said, laughing. I saw her put her hands together in concentration. Ram, snake, tiger, she said, imitating me. Clone jutsu. Just like with me, nothing happened. See, don't go putting others down if you can't even back yourself up, I said. Ram, snake, tiger. Clone jutsu. Again, nothing. Well, you guys get the basic concept, so we'll just sit and watch you. Kakashi-sensei said, and he went to sit on the sidelines with the other ninja. Kelsey and I practiced the jutsu over and over again. Okay, this time, I really am going to get it, I declared. You've said that 20 times already, Kelsey said. Well, this time I really do mean it, I told her. Whatever, she said, going back to her practice. I did the hand signs quickly, without saying them. I had gotten the hang of them by now. Clone jutsu. I managed to produce one clone this time. Yes, I did it. I did it. I looked to see Kelsey huffing on the round. When she saw my clone, she jumped up and kept practicing. After 3 more tries, she finally got it. Okay, I want to do one more thing today, Kakashi-sensei said. Tomorrow, Temari, Kankuro, work with them on the transformation jutsu. Now that you two have the basic idea of how to control your chakra, learning these simple E-rank techniques should be a breeze. Yes, sir, Temari and Kankuro said together. Alright, now to finish today's class, I'm going to test you chakra types, Kakashi-sensei said, pulling out 2 sheets of paper. These are dash. He started, but I cut him off. It's a kind of paper that is really sensitive to chakra, I said, being a know-it-all for once in my life. The trees it comes from were fed and raised with chakra. You simply need to concentrate your chakra into it, and it'll tell you. If your nature is lightning, the paper crumbles, if it is wind it is slice, for fire it burns, for earth it crumbles away, and for water the paper gets wet. Yes, that sums it up, Kakashi-sensei said, sounding rather annoyed. Anyways, here, take one, and we will see what your chakra type is. Kelsey and I took ours, and I concentrated my chakra into the paper. Immediately my paper got wet. I looked at Kelsey to see her paper had burned. Okay, well, that's all for today. Temari, Kankuro, make sure you specify when you want to meet these guys tomorrow. Dismissed. Everyone except for Temari, Kankuro, Kelsey, and I left. So, tomorrow is Saturday, so we can meet how about at 1? Eat lunch before you come though, Temari said. Haha, this is going to be fun. Kankuro. I really don't like kids, just so you know. That's fine, I just hope you're not calling us kids. I mean, we are the same age as you, I told him. Damn, kid, she's right, he said. Hey, don't call me a kid, I shouted. That's no way to talk to your sensei, Kankuro shot back. Enough, Temari shouted. No arguing, or I'm going to have to kick all or your asses. Yes, ma'am, everyone said with fear in their voices, including Kankuro. We all headed home after a long and very tiring day. I was so exhausted I couldn't find the strength to go all the way up to my room. Instead, I just collapsed on the couch. A/N, okay, finally done. Please review. I'm not going to update until I get some reviews. Training with Gaara and Kakashi. Welcome, Naruto. Chapter 7. A/N, okay, next chapter here. Disclaimer, I think you know what goes here. Chapter 7. Training with Gaara and Kakashi. I woke up at 7:30 Sunday morning, still sore from yesterday. Sakura and Naruto had us walk up trees and learn the substitution jutsu. I tried sitting up, but I collapsed back on my bed, remembering yesterday vividly. Flashback. Hey Darcy, Kelsey, you guys want to learn my sexy jutsu? Naruto asked after I had fallen from the tree for the umpteenth time. Naruto, I don't think that's appropriate for a girl to learn, I said. Unfortunately for him, Sakura had heard him. Ah, come on, it'll dash. But he was cut off from Sakura's punch. She sent him flying all the way across the lake. Yes, all the way, not halfway. That was kind of mean, Sakura-sensei, I said. He had it coming, Sakura said, shrugging. He sh. I won't be teaching a girl a jutsu that vulgar. Whatever, I said. Sakura, Naruto complained, coming back across the lake. By the end of the day, Kelsey and I had mastered the substitution jutsu, and somewhat mastered climbing the tree, but at the expense of our whole body aching. End flashback. I wasn't too psyched for Todi, Kakashi-sensei and Gaara-sensei. Well, I wouldn't mind Gaara-sensei so much, but Kakashi-sensei would make training hell. Reluctantly, I got out of bed and grabbed a black tank top and a pair of jean shorts to wear, along with a pair of black gladiator sandals, A/N, which apparently make you look fat, and I headed downstairs for a light breakfast of oatmeal. As I was putting my dishes away, the back door opened. I spun around, prepared to fight. Oh, it's you, Gara-sensei, I said, relaxing a bit. Are you ready? He asked. Yeah, I guess, I said, walking over to the couch to pick up a pillow. I then proceeded to walk down to the basement. Kelsey and I decided whenever we would have sleepovers on the weekend, we wouldn't sleep in the same room because we would keep each other up all night, and we didn't want to be too tired for our training. As I walked downstairs, I heard Gara-sensei behind me. When I reached the bottom of the stairs, I chucked the pillow at Kelsey, and when it hit her, she shot up from where she was sleeping, screaming. Haha, got you, I said. Get up and get dressed, it's time to train. But I haven't even had breakfast, she complained. Then get up, get dressed, and have breakfast, and then it's time to train, I said. Within 10 minutes she was ready, and we were following Gara-sensei to our usual clearing. Where is Kakashi-sensei? I asked when we reached the clearing. Right here, he said, appearing behind me. Ah! I screamed, and like always, I fell to the ground. Are you a ninja or not? He asked. No, I'm not, I'm just being trained by one, I shouted. Do you see a headband on my forehead? I guess you're right, sorry, he said. Okay, first I'm going to test you on taijutsu and ninjutsu, then we'll go from there. Again, without any warning, Kakashi disappeared. But this time, we were ready. Well, for taijutsu attacks. What we didn't expect was to each be attacked by 2 Kakashis. I assumed the 4 of them were clones, but I wasn't taking any chances. They both sent punches at me, and I successfully dodged both of them. I sent a powerful roundhouse kick, making the first Kakashi disappear. This time, there was no log. So it was a clone jutsu. The second Kakashi sent a kick at me. Since he was testing both ninjutsu and taijutsu, I decided to show him what I had. Without any hesitation, I made the hand signs for the substitution jutsu: ram, boar, ox, dog, snake. When the kick hit me, I was safely in the trees while Kakashi hit what used to be my body and was now a log. Without any hesitation, I did the hand sings: ram, snake, tiger. I produced one clone and sent it down to fight the second Kakashi. It was to no avail though, for after my clone hit him once, tried to hit him, he sent a kick at her and she disappeared. The second Kakashi disappeared in a puff of smoke, thus revealing he was also a clone. I took a risk and looked on to Kelsey's fight, which was already over. Both of her clones were gone. I decided to take a second risk and jump down to meet with Kelsey. So where's the real one? I asked. I don't know, she said. We were both looking around. We saw Gara-sensei on the side, sitting under a tree. We saw the empty woods behind him. We saw a water dragon coming from the lake right towards us. We saw, wait, a water dragon? Oh shit! Kelsey shouted. We both jumped to the side, and up into a tree, just barely getting out of the way in time. When I peeked out of the tree, I saw Kakashi-sensei standing there. I hesitated in the tree, not sure if I should jump down or stay hidden. Okay, calm down, Darcy. Think about this logically, I thought to myself. What would Naruto do in this situation? Jump out of the tree, try to attack, and then end up captured. Right, stupid question. What would a real shinobi do? Stay hidden until the enemy has sensed your presence, or the right time to strike has presented itself. Ah, that's the right question. Good thinking, other self. Hey, stay focused and stop talking to yourself. Right, I mean, wait, what? Never mind. Just do what I tell you to do. Gosh, you are such an idiot. Hey, I'm you too, you know. You guys can come out now, Kakashi-sensei said. We did as we were told. Okay, you guys have learned a considerable amount for today. Gara-sensei and I will teach you separately. Gara-sensei will be working on your taijutsu skills, and I will be working on your ninjutsu skills. Remember the chakra type test I gave you? Yeah, Kelsey and I both said. Well, that's going to come into play today, Kakashi-sensei said. Okay, I'll start with Kelsey. Darcy, you go work with Gara-sensei. Understood? Yes, sir, Kelsey and I said in unison. I turned to Gara-sensei, ready to take what he had. All right, hit me, he said. What? I asked. Hit me. We are going to spar, he repeated. Okay, I said, sending a very weak roundhouse kick at him, which he easily blocked with sand, his arms never uncrossing once. You will have to do better than that, Gara-sensei said, sounding either annoyed or bored, I'm not sure which. But I don't think either were very good. Well, why don't you come at me first? I asked in a kind of mean tone. I instantly wished I hadn't, though. Well, since you asked so nicely, Gara-sensei said with an evil grin on his face. Oh. Shit. Without hesitation, he used his sand to attack me. Shit. What the hell kind of taijutsu is that? I shouted. My inner Sakura, so to speak, told me to run, even if I was supposed to fight him. Well, my inner Sakura won, and I ran like hell was upon me. I ran into the woods and hid behind a tree. I thought I was safe, and then I saw sand creeping around the tree I was behind. Oh shit. This guy would not give up. Did I really make him that angry? I hope not, I really like him. A/N, come on guys, you know he's hot. I dashed forward thinking about just how lucky Kelsey was to be learning ninjutsu instead of getting the crap almost beat out of her by one who was previously possessed by a demon and who had done more than enough killing for one lifetime. I wasn't sure why I was running. I mean, sure, sand was after me, but Gara-sensei was just walking, so was there really anything to be afraid of? Was he really going to kill me? Ouch. I shouted when I face planted right into the ground. Apparently Gara-sensei wasn't my problem. As stood up, I noticed a heavy stick next to me. Hey, that looks strong enough to hit someone with. I picked it up and spun around so I was facing Gara-sensei. As he got closer, I adjusted my stance. Once he was in hitting range, I swung the stick. Not only did it hit his sand now, how? Was I stupid enough to forget something like that about my favorite character in my favorite show? It also snapped in half. Was that supposed to hit me? He asked in his usual monotone voice. If I may say, Gara-sensei, I don't think this fight is quite fair, I said, pointing out what I thought was the obvious. And why is that? He asked. Well, see, I'm not even at a genin rank yet, and here I am fighting the Kazekage, who also is the ultimate defense, with no weapons and only 2 jutsu, and basic ones at that. I explained. Your point? He asked. Seriously? Though. Does this guy understand the concept of going easy on someone? Well, what do you think? He's killed more people than someone his age should have in one lifetime, so I highly doubt it. Oh, shut it. Okay, guys, time to switch, Kakashi-sensei announced, surprising me when he suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Okay, I said, deciding not to complain about him popping out of nowhere. Gara-sensei and I followed Kakashi-sensei back to the clearing. Once there, Kelsey went to train with Gara-sensei, and I hoped he wasn't too hard on her. Kakashi-sensei and I stood by the lake, and I got ready to learn what he wanted to teach me. No matter what it was, no matter how hard it was to preform, I would accomplish it successfully. Okay, so, as we learned on Friday, your chakra type is water, he said. So, naturally, I'll be teaching you water-style jutsu. First, I'm going to teach you the water prison jutsu. It's pretty simple, so the hard part should just be remembering the hand signs. He pulled out a piece of paper with a bunch of animals writing on it. Hand signs, I realized. Here, I'm going to tell you the hand signs, but when you practice alone, you can use this to help you. I took it and put it in my pocket. So, the signs are serpent, horse, rabbit, tiger, horse, rabbit, and the put your palm out to seal your enemy in the water prison. I'll show you. He did the hand signs quickly, placed his hand out above the water, and the water prison formed. You make it look so easy, I said. But I stepped to the water's edge since I hadn't learned to walk on water yet, and preformed the hand signs slowly, really slowly. Sure enough, a water prison appeared, but only for a second, then all of the water collapsed back into the lake. That was good for your first try, Kakashi-sensei complimented. You need to focus more though. That's why the jutsu didn't work. Try it a few more times, then I'll teach you another jutsu. And I did. On my second try, I held for a whopping 2 seconds, hoo-hoo. Talk about progress. And on my third try, I held the jutsu for 5 seconds. Well, I think that's good progress for your first day, Kakashi-sensei said. Now for your next jutsu. I looked up at him aghast, for you see, I had just collapsed from exhaustion. But sensei, I complained. Can't we take a short break? How is that exhausting? He asked, looking down on me in confusion. Well, you see, sensei, to put it frankly, my chakra level is far inferior to your chakra level. I told him. That it is, he said. Fine, 5-minute break. Thank you, sensei, I said. And he sat down and started reading Make Out Paradise. Shocker. After 5 minutes, we stood back up and I felt ready to learn my next jutsu. Here, these are the hand signs for the next jutsu I'll teach you, he said, and then he paused and looked up at sky, the old-fashioned way of telling time. And this will be the last for today, as well. Yes, sir. I sighed. I looked down at the sheet of paper and read the hand signs. Tiger, ox, monkey, rabbit, ram, boar, ox, horse, monkey, tiger, dog, tiger, serpent, tiger, ox, monkey, rabbit, bird. This is the giant vortex jutsu, Kakashi-sensei explained. He did the motions and a giant vortex appeared. Cool, I said with a smile. I tried the jutsu, and would you believe it, nothing happened. Yes, this jutsu is much harder, Kakashi-sensei said with a smile. It will take a lot more work. I'll let you try it a few more times while I go and find Gaara-sensei and Kelsey. He disappeared, and I was left to try and figure out just what the hell I was doing. Okay, I said to myself. I placed the piece of paper on the ground and put my foot on it, kneeling down in the process. I sighed the hand seals as I made them. Tiger, ox, monkey, rabbit, ram, boar, ox, horse, monkey, tiger, dog, tiger, serpent, tiger, ox, monkey, rabbit, bird. Water style, giant vortex jutsu. All I really managed to do was make a small wave in the lake, but I guess that was better than nothing. I collapsed on the ground panting. This jutsu was hard. Good job, I heard Kakashi-sensei say from behind me. But I was much too exhausted to cry out in surprise. In fact, I was too exhausted to even look up at him. I felt something moving under me. I looked down to see sand that was picking me up. Soon the sand was carrying me home, with Gaara walking on my right, arms crossed. I glanced to my left to see Kelsey being carried on Kakashi's back. Sakura's making dinner tonight. How about you come over since your parents aren't home? Then afterwards, you can study, since finals start tomorrow. Cool, I said, not really paying attention. I'm not sure how long it took us to reach their house. I was zoning out on the way there, but we made it. Oh good, you're home, Kakashi-sensei, Sakura said with a smile. Then she saw Kelsey and I. Oh my, you two look terrible. Sit them down at the table, they'll feel better after dinner. Soon the table was set with a mix of Japanese and American food like ramen, sushi, chicken, and pizza. This looks good, Sakura, I complimented. Thank you, she said with a bright smile. Somehow, I ended up sitting with Gaara to my right and Sakura to my left. Kelsey, the poor girl, ended in between Naruto and Kankuro, who were talking about who knows what. I can tell you it wasn't pleasant, over her. Kelsey and I were across from each other, Sakura and Naruto were across from each other, and she was giving him the evil eye. Somebody was going to take another trip across the lake, Naruto ka. Gaara and Kankuro faced each other, and Gaara was also giving Kankuro a look, but like I said, Kankuro and Naruto were talking, so either of them noticed the brother/teammate glaring at them. Temari sat at the head of table, and Kakashi would be facing her, if he was eating with us. After I had some ramen and sushi, I decided to ask about that. Where is Kakashi-sensei? I asked. Probably rereading Make Out Paradise, Sakura said, clearly disgusted. Oh well, you guys ready for finals tomorrow? I asked. Instantly, I GTO 4 confident yes from Temari, Sakura, Kankuro, and Gaara. And then there was Naruto. Haha, that's a good one. He laughed. For a second there, I almost believed that the finals were tomorrow. They are, Naruto, I said. What? Why didn't anyone tell me? He exploded, spilling his bowl of ramen. We've known for weeks, I told him. But Sakura didn't care about that, she cared about the mess he just made. Naruto. You idiot. I just cleaned the kitchen. She screamed, pounding her fist on his head. Ow. Sakura, that really hurts. Naruto shouted back, clutching his head like it was his heart that had been ripped out. Well, I'm done with dinner, Kelsey said. I'm going home. Are you leaving, Darcy? No, I want some more sushi, I said with a grin on my face. Okay, see you tomorrow, she said as she ran out of the kitchen. I think it was more because of what Naruto and Kankuro were talking about, rather than actually being done with dinner. After about 15 minutes, I was done with dinner. Thank you for dinner, Sakura, but I should head home now, I said. As I left, I could have sworn Temari said something like, Gaara, walk her home and ask her out. But I think I was just imagining it. When I reached the door, there was a hand on my shoulder. It's dark out, let me walk you home, Gaara said. Or maybe I wasn't imagining. It would be so cool if he did ask me out. We walked out the door. It was true we lived next door to each other, but there was about a mile in between each house. We walked in silence for a while, and it wasn't until we were halfway to my house did Gara speak up. So, do you like, He puissed. I looked up expectantly. Did you like the dinner Sakura made? My heart sank, and I looked at the ground. Yeah, it was good, I said. I think he noticed the difference in my voice. I know that we have to study for finals tomorrow after school, but... He paused. /n haha cliffhanger. This was my plan all along, make you wait forever for the next chapter, and then give you a cliffhanger. Actually, no, that wasn't my plan. I do sincerely apologize for the wait for this chapter, but I do not apologize for the cliffhanger. Okay, maybe a little, but I won't make you wait as long. I hope. With finals this week, who knows? Well, please review. I'll give you virtual whatever you want. I hope you like this chapter. Naruto abridged. Welcome, Naruto. Chapter 8. /n. Well, I guess I'll have to postpone studying to write this. Oh, well. Totally being sarcastic. Oh, and I've got good news and bad news totally not related to Naruto. Bad news is, I got in a car accident on Thursday, but no one was hurt. Good news is, I got a job at Taco Bell and now I can pay for the ticket and insurance and whatever other shit I gotta pay for. Disclaimer, I am totally Masashi Kishimoto in disguise and I totally own Naruto. JK, I'm totally not Masashi Kishimoto in disguise and I totally don't own Naruto. I wish I did. Oh, and I don't own Naruto abridged, just wait and see guys. Oh, and if you haven't seen it, check it out, it is hilarious. Chapter 8. Not going to name this. I don't want to give anything away, haha. So don't know what I'm accomplishing, fine, I'll name it. Naruto abridged. Previously on Naruto abridged. Kakashi, tell me where the bomb is. Asuma, we only have 24 hours. Naruto, they told me enough. They told me you killed him. Fox, no, Naruto. I am your father. Naruto, no, that's not true. That's impossible. Orochimaru, my precious. Kabuto, give me the ring. Sakura, where should I go? What will I do? Naruto, frankly my dear, I don't give a damn. And now. Hold on just 1 second. Sorry guys, went off on a Naruto abridged rant. Sorry, I just can't help myself. Okay, previously in my story. So, do you like, He paused. I looked up expectantly. Did you like the dinner Sakura made? My heart sank, and I looked at the ground. Yeah, it was good, I said. I think he noticed the difference in my voice. I know that we have to study for finals tomorrow after school, but... He paused. And now, without further ado, I present Chapter 8. I know that we have to study for finals tomorrow after school, but... Gara paused. I just realized that we had stopped moving, and that we were now staring into each other's eyes. In the anime, his eyes had always looked so empty, so you can imagine my surprise when I saw something in them. It's not like I saw a bug or something moving in his eyes. Wait, maybe that was a bug? No, it was definitely something else. I guess this is what it means to look into someone's soul. I waited for him to continue, but he didn't. I gulped, and ventured forward myself. Not much, just enough to nudge him to venture forward. No way in hell was I going to start anything here. It's not that I didn't want to, it's just that, well, I guess it seemed weird. Yes? I asked tentatively. After school, instead of studying, do you want to maybe see a movie? He asked. Like a date? I asked. Oh, please say yes, please say yes. Either over and over again. Yes, like a date. He said, and attempted a smile. I gave him a big grin. Yeah, that sounds cool. I'll pick you up after school though. Temari or Kankuro can drive your car home. I just don't trust Kelsey with my car. I said. Well, it's not that I don't trust her, it's just that I bought that car with my own money, you know? Yeah. He said, although it looked like he didn't know what the hell I was talking about at all. Well, I need to get you home. He turned and started walking, and I quickly followed him. We still had half a mile left, and it was really dark out. I could just barely see him. Actually, all I could really see was his hair, which seemed to emit a very, very faint glow. We had been walking for less than a minute when he decided to take my hand. Everything seemed to light up. Not literally, but it sure did feel that way. After what seemed like 30 seconds, we were at my house. Much too short in my opinion. Gara walked me up to the door. My parents were going to be gone all this week. Which was great because that meant that anyone could come over without repercussions. Well, good night, he said, and gave me an awkward hug. Well, it's the thought that counts, right? Good night, see you tomorrow, I said, and I entered my house. I got ready for bed and fell asleep quickly, somehow managing not to think about the coming day. The next day. At lunch, cause I don't want to go through the whole day, yeah. Gara and I were sitting next to each other, holding hands under the table. We had both finished lunch. We didn't think anybody noticed, or at least I didn't. I did, however, suspect Temari and Sakura of something, but I wasn't sure what. All I knew is that they kept staring at me and then looking at each other and whispering. Next time they look this way, I'm going to demand to know why, I thought to myself. They both looked up, and I was about to call them out when I realized they weren't looking at me and Gara this time, but instead glaring at something or someone behind us. I turned around. Yup, they were looking at something all right. You're such a whore, you know that, Rachel said. It wasn't a question, but a statement. She had way too much makeup on, and her blonde hair was pulled back in a ponytail. I looked her over and saw she was wearing a white, semi-see-through, low-cut tank top, and I mean really low-cut, and super short denim shorts. Then I looked at what I was wearing, light purple capri pants, and a purple tank top that was not see-through and was not low-cut. It was a little, but so are all tank tops that you wear in summer, right? Says the girl wearing next to nothing. I said. Did you break up with your boyfriend again? I could tell she did, cause she wasn't clinging onto him like she always did. I looked around and saw him sitting with the football team. How cliché, the cheerleader and the football player. And yes, she's a cheerleader and on the track team. There he is, now go make up with like you always do, and go find a closet or something. And with that I turned around. Ugh! You just think you're all that, don't you? She exclaimed. First you get new friends and then a boyfriend. Ugh! Then she turned to Gara. Seriously, how much did she have to pay you? Gara, don't even answer her, said. Then I turned to Rachel. If you don't leave now, I'll be forced to pour hot soup on you. Kind of like what you did to me at the beginning of the year. I smiled, and turned away. I knew she left when I heard her huff and turn on her stiletto heel. Seriously, who wears stilettos to school? I wanted to beat her to a pulp, Temari complained. Temari, you can't do that, you'd get suspended, I told her. Outside of school, okay? Fine, she said, and returned to her lunch. After school, I managed to get Kelsey to take a ride from Temari, and then Gara and I went to the movies. Once at the movie theater, Gara and I stared at the list of movies playing. And then I saw it, Orochimaru and Kabuto's Extreme Road Trip. We are going to watch that movie, and you are going to like it. I pointed out the movie I wanted to watch and he read the title. What the hell? He asked. Don't ask me, I said. Am I in it? He asked. Take a guess. It's called Orochimaru and Kabuto's Extreme Road Trip, not Gaara's Extreme Road Trip, I told him. That just sounds messed up, he said, but he grabbed my arm and bought tickets and snacks. We got 2 pops, I got Dr. Pepper and he got Pepsi, and a large bag of popcorn to share. That bag of popcorn also happened to be drenched in butter, yum XD. We went to the theater and found seats in the back row just when the movie was about to start. Loud and old rock music began to play as the beginning credits rolled on the screen. I was sitting there wondering just how the hell they planned to make this 2 hours long. The beginning credits ended quickly and there was a jeep with Kabuto and Orochimaru in it. Will you turn the music down? Kabuto yelled. Never! Orochimaru screamed. The movie went on like that for 2 hours, no talking, just music playing and jeeps driving. Yeah, I don't feel like coming up with a plot to this, it's just a tribute to Naruto abridged. After 2 hours, Gara and I walked out of the theater and to the car. That was freaking plotless, Gara complained. It was a total waste of money. Yeah, you're right, I said, pausing for a second. Then I turned to him. Wanna see it again? No, he yelled. I held my head down in mock hurt. Well, I mean if you really want to. He trailed off. Don't worry, Gara, I said with a bright smile on my face. I was only kidding. Oh, okay, he said and returned the smile. On our way home, I got an idea, but I didn't tell Gaara. Maybe I should have though, cause when we drove past his house he seemed really confused. That was my house. I know, I have a surprise for you, I said. I pulled into my driveway and dragged Gaara into the house and to the computer. I put on YouTube and searched Naruto Abridged 11. I clicked on the link and let the video play. Naruto, oh man, what did I do last night? Why is the milk here? Man, why does Kakashi like shaking this thing so much? Cassette tape clicky sound. Tape narrator, hello, and welcome to Make Out Paradise, the book on tape, read to you by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold, you have to get out of the village. The cherry blossoms are coming. Somebody get that cow out of the road. Cow moo. Naruto, hee moo. Later in the episode. Gaara, and I am Gaara, of the funk Gaara of the funk. We watched Naruto Abridged until Gaara's phone rang. I could hear Temari yelling at him to get the hell back home, you have finals tomorrow. When we checked the clock it was almost 10 at night. Wow, that stuff was so weird, how could we watch it for so long? Gaara asked absently. Cause you like it. I sang with a huge grin on my face. Sir, I do, he said. I walked him to the door. Good night. And he gave me a kiss on the cheek. I blushed, but I don't think he saw because he was already going out the door. Good night, I said quietly. A/N, well, did you like it? Review and tell me. Also, I want to thank Princess Kai who keeps reading and reviewing, so thank you. Next time there is going to be a time skip of about a month. When and how is Naruto and company going to get home? That question will not be answered next time. Or the time after that. At any rate, I am hoping to get some action next chapter. Okay, see ya next chapter. Surprise visitors. Welcome, Naruto. Chapter 9. A/N, I'm really hyper, and I really want to write this chapter so I'm not gonna wait for reviews. Disclaimer, I don't know Naruto, but I'll pretend to own Gaara, Shikamaru, and Hayden, laughing face. Chapter 9. Surprise visitors. School had been out for a couple of weeks now, and I had successfully mastered the water prison jutsu, and by mastered I mean I could do the hand signs really fast, hand hold the prison for a very long time, and I had half mastered the John Vortex jutsu and the water dragon jutsu, which Kakashi had taught me recently. By half mastered I mean it took me a while to preform the hand signs, but the jutsu worked pretty well. I was out by the lake, but I wasn't training. Well, I was walking on water, but that was just for a bit. Really, I came out here to get inspiration for my writing. I took up my phone and saw it was noon. That explains why I'm so hungry. I muttered to myself. I stood up and turned to leave. When I reached the edge of the clearing, I crashed into someone. And looked up to see who it was. Oh, hi, Hayden, I said, and started to move around him. But I stopped when I realized who it was. Wait, Hayden? Holy shit. And I stumbled back to the center of the clearing, which was probably a big mistake. I saw Hayden and Kakuzu were blocking my path in front of me, Pain and Konan were to my right, Zetsu and Tobi to my left, Itachi and Kisame were standing on the water behind me, and well, I think you know who was in the air. For the record, it was just Adara. Sasori is dead. Well, this certainly isn't good. I wouldn't think so, Konan said. Just tell us where Naruto Uzumaki is and we won't hurt you, Pain said calmly. Now, why the hell would I sell out a comrade like that? I asked, being a smartass. Which probably wasn't too smart. Ironic, huh? Don't play with us, Pain said still calmly, but I could tell I was pushing it. Something told me to keep pushing it, for whatever stupid reason. I'm not, you're the one who's trying to kill my friend, I said smartly, stupidly. That's it, he said. Konan, teach this girl a lesson. All right, she said. Let the record show that I'm not too familiar with Konan's abilities. I do know it involves paper, so tell me how far off the mark I am. Suddenly, Konan was gone. Instead of staring at Konan, I was now staring at paper flying towards me. Well, this is going to be fun, I muttered to myself. The paper was flying towards me faster than paper should move. Oh, the wonderful power of chakra. I didn't have time to concentrate my chakra to my feet to move faster, so instead I just flung my arms in front of my face. I felt the paper practically slice, yes, slice, not dice and not cut, but slice my arms. The paper reformed into Conan behind me. And the grand prize of being an idiot and not running or dodging his drum roll, please, a kunai to the neck. Congratulations, Darcy! I thought sarcastically to myself. Tell us where the QB brat is and I won't kill you, she said. Go ahead, kill me, that just means you're not going to find Naruto, I said, somehow stating the facts calmly. How I said them calmly is beyond me. You'd think I'd be in hysterics with a kunai knife to my throat. She makes a valid point, Conan, Pain said calmly. Come back here. Conan obeyed. Hayden, can you do whatever I tease you do without killing her? If I have to, but it really does go against Jashin, Hayden said, swinging the dreaded three-blade scythe into a fight position. Well, I said as Hayden ran towards me. F*******. He swung the scythe at my head. I ducked and did a back flip, yay for chakra. I could never do a back flip before. Well, I'm going to assume it was the chakra that allowed me to do that. I dived for the water. I heard voices above me, but I couldn't really understand them. I put 2 and 2 together when I saw a giant shark swimming for me. Shit! I screamed, also losing all my air. I quickly kicked to the surface, my lungs burning. I saw the light, but was it just my imagination or was it getting further away? Suddenly, butt head burst through the water and I took gulps of air. Can you gulp air? Okay, so the surface wasn't getting further away. Focus, Darcy, you're in the middle of a battle with S-ranked criminals. Oh, and isn't funny how I'm correcting you this time? We're the same ******ing person. Geez, you don't need to get mad. So, do you have a plan? Mental facepalm, sure I do, run. Like hell. Oh, and don't get eaten by that giant shark or get hit by Hayden's scythe. Oh, great advice. But I took it anyways. I focused chakra into my hands, and then my arms, and my knees, and finally my feet when I reached a standing position. I realized I was face to face actually, face to chest with Kisame, which probably wasn't too good. Somehow, I managed to react before him. Like that would happen, but it has to, cause if it doesn't, I'll die and that would be the end of the story. And I dashed around him and across the lake. I ran in the trees and took a sharp right. I ran the way for a while before taking another sharp right, and then I headed straight for my house. When I finally got there, I was about to open the door when someone grabbed my arm and twisted it into a very painful position. And now I can get your blood and then you'll be sorry, bitch, Hayden said. Oh, no you don't, I said, kicking him in the nuts. He screamed in pain, /N, OMG. If I did that to Pain and then said he screamed in pain, OMFG, that would be so funny. Wouldn't it? Oh. Screw the QB brat, I'm going to ********ing kill this bitch. He screamed. No, you most certainly are not going to kill this bitch. This bitch likes living, thank you very much, I said, and with that I darted into my house, locked the door, and ran to the basement, all the while taking out my cell phone and calling Sakura. She picked up after 2 rings. Hey Darcy, she said cheerfully. Is Naruto in earshot of you? I asked, not even saying hi. No, he's playing COD, Call of Duty, with Kankuro. Why? She asked, concerned. Well, you aren't going to believe me, but the Akatsuki are outside my house. Suddenly there was a loud sound upstairs that sounded like breaking glass. Scratch that, they're in my house. Okay, stay calm, we'll be right over, she said. Where are you? In the basement. Just let yourself in the back door, the left it open for you, I said. Although that joke didn't mean anything to her, for she probably didn't hear them breaking the glass door. Just stay where you are, she said. Okay, just dash. But I stopped, for the Akatsuki opened the basement door. Hurry! I whispered urgently into the phone and then I snapped it shut and hid it in my pocket. There you are, bitch, Hayden said, who was leading the parade of Akatsuki member down my basement stairs. Breaking and entering is illegal here, I said dumbly, and with nothing else to say. Like I care. Hayden spat. I saw the glint of his scythe as it swung towards me. I'd stop right now if I were you. A familiar voice shouted from the top of the stairs. Everyone looked up to see Sakura standing there, her trademark glare plastered on her face. And why the hell would I do that? Hayden asked, rather annoyed. Because if you don't, I'm going to have to beat the shit out of you, and then kill you, Sakura said. Ha, I'd like to see that happen. Hayden scoffed. Apparently, that was all the invitation Sakura needed. She marched down the stairs, right past 8 very confused-looking Akatsuki members, and right up to Hayden, punching him in the face and sending him flying right into the wall. Sakura, seriously, my parents might be gone the whole summer. If they come back to a destroyed house, they'll never let me out of their sights again. I told her. Then we'll help you fix the house when we're done here, she said with a smile. An instant later, she was glaring at all the Akatsuki members on the stairs. Who's next? You think that's enough to beat me? Hayden asked. He lunged for Sakura, who dodged and sent a counter kick at him, but he also dodged. After that, things started to happen really fast. My attention was drawn to the stairs to see Temari and Kakashi each taking on 4 Akatsuki member, and then I felt arms grab my waist. I thought for a brief, horrifying second that Hayden had defeated Sakura and he was now going after me. Then I noticed that the grip was more of a loving grip than a death grip, and then I saw the sand. Gara? I asked. It's okay, we're here for you, he said. I turned around in his arms and hugged him back. Thank you. My voice was muffled, for I had my head in his chest. I felt him lightly press his lips to my head, but other than that, he didn't do or say anything. Gara was like that, I guess. What's going on out there? I finally asked after a few minutes. I could hear shouting, but that was it. I couldn't distinguish voices or words. I'm not sure, Gara said. But they're still here. I can feel their chakra. After a few minutes everything was silent with one yell, a yell that I could distinguish. Enough. I think it was pain. I see this battle is going nowhere. You 3 are lucky to be inside, or else you would be dead. Akatsuki, retreat. There was silence and then Temari spoke. Okay, they're gone. With that reassurance, the sand slowly disappeared, but Gara kept his arms around me, adjusting them so we could stand next to each other and face the others. Why do you think they retreated? Gara asked. It's probably because of their abilities, I said. They don't want to draw a lot of attention to themselves. What do you know of their abilities? Kakashi asked. Well, I think you already know Deidara uses explosives, right? I asked, and Kakashi nodded. Okay, let's see. Really, they could only use taijutsu. So, Pain is their leader, he was the one with the piercings, and Konan is his partner, she's the only female member in the organization. Kakuzu was the one with the mask covering half his face and the gray hair, and his partner is Hayden, he was the one with purple eyes. You already know Itachi and Kisame, and since Sasori's death, Tobi, the one with the swirling mask, has been paired with Deidara, but he used to work with Zetsu. Zetsu was the one with the Venus fly trap around his head. It's kind of a lot to explain. I think it's time I introduce you to Google. To what? Sakura asked. Google, basically, it's a search tool on the internet, and you can find virtually anything with it. I explained. That's useful, Sakura said. I wish I had known about it for that English research paper. Same, Temari said. Okay, come on, I said. This is like a D-ranked mission, and I'm leading it, I said excitedly, and then I saw that everyone was staring at me. Well, let's just go upstairs. I lead the way, Gara not leaving my side. They are so cute together. I heard Temari whisper to Sakura, but I ignored it. When we got upstairs, I turned on my laptop and the desktop. Okay, Sakura, Kakashi-sensei, you 2 will research Pain, Konan and Zetsu, got it? I asked. Yes, Sakura replied. Understood, Kakashi said. They both sat down by the desktop and I explained to them how Google worked. Temari, Gara, you'll be on my laptop, and you will research Hayden, Kakuzu and Tobi, I told them. Once I explained to them how to use Google, I told everyone I would go back and forth between the 2 teams to see how they were doing. One question, Temari said. Yeah? I asked. If you know all of this, then why don't you just tell us? Well, I think it's easier this way, I replied. 1, I won't leave out any details, and 2, you guys have that feeling of success when you learn everything about them. Fine. Temari turned back to the laptop, an angry look plastered on her face. But it quickly went away and was replaced with confusion. Is Hayden really immortal? Yeah, I replied. That's going to make things complicated, Kakashi said. After a few hours they had learned what they needed to know, and went back to their house. Well, everyone except for Gara. He finally spoke when it was just the two of us in the house. Are you hurt? Did they hurt you at all? He asked, grasping each of my arms. God forbid that Gara actually likes something. No, someone. Gara actually likes someone. And that someone is me. I'm fine, I said. I got cut up a bit by Conan's paper attacks, and there was one time that Haiden grabbed my arm and twisted it behind me, but otherwise I'm fine. Good, he said. He started to lean forward but stopped. Then he started again, and stopped just inches away from me. I got to go, bye. With that, he turned on his heels and left. My heart fell, but I tried not to let it get to me. I watched some Naruto abridged to try and cheer me up. It worked. Sort of. A/N, well, that's it for now. Okay, I'm not going to update until I get, how about 5 reviews? That's not too hard. So, 5 reviews. If you're afraid I won't get that, then spread the word. Until next time, my fanfiction friends. Cousins. Welcome, Naruto. Chapter 10. A/N. Alright, today, we welcome a new character. Yes, you heard me right, a new character. Her name is Kai, and everything else about her will be explained in this chapter. K, yay. Here I am, world. D, yes, here you are. Aeon. Here's Sasuke. Sasu, huh? K, yay. Emo freak. Sasu, what? I'm not emo, you little brat. Why, I oughta. And I will. K, you will what? Sasu, Haiden. D, oh. H, what? Sasu, kill her. Now. Points at Kai. H, with pleasure. Takes out scythe with evil grin on face. K, oh shit. See ya. D, okay, well then. While Haiden is chasing poor little Kai, well, here's the next chapter. Oh yeah, and I don't own Naruto. Chapter 10. Cousins. Kelsey and I were sitting on my couch watching Naruto Shippuden, Bonds subbed, of course. It hasn't been dubbed yet. We had somehow managed to burn it onto a DVD, so we were now watching it on my TV. Well, sort of watching. She had just come over and I was telling her about the attack of the Akatsuki. Okay, so you're telling me you just walked up to Haiden and said hi to him like you guys were old friends? She asked. I know, it makes me sound so stupid, but give him a break. I wasn't quite with it. I had just come up with this amazing idea for a book, so I was thinking about that, not about a sadistic killer who worships a bloodthirsty god, who, in my opinion, probably doesn't exist, I stated. Then how do you think he became immortal? Kelsey asked with her arms crossed. What? You think every Jashinist is immortal? I asked. Well, it could be, she said. How else are they supposed to do what they do? I see your point, I said. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. Are you expecting someone? Kelsey asked. Actually, yes, I am, I said, getting up as the mystery person knocked again. Who is it? Kelsey asked, following me to the door. I didn't say anything. Instead, I just opened the door and got a huge hug from my visitor. She was a tall girl with brown hair and big brown eyes. The kind of eyes that made you look really innocent, but if you knew her, you would know she was anything but innocent. Well, when it came to harassing Sasuke, Deidara, and Kisame. Hi, Kai, I said. It's been so long. I know, I miss you, Darcy, she exclaimed. So when do I get filled in on the details? Kelsey asked. Kelsey, this is my cousin Kai, I told my best friend. We haven't seen each other in forever. I mean, we were like 5. Kai, this is my best friend Kelsey. Now we can be the 3 Narutards. All I got were 2 blank stares. Obviously, they didn't get the joke. You know, like the 3 musketeers except Narutards instead. Still, I got 2 blank stares from my friend and my cousin. Bad joke? Bad joke, they both said, nodding. Kai, boy, do I have a surprise for you, I said, after I had led the 2 girls back. What? She asked. Guess who's here? I'll give you a hint, they're from our favorite show, I told her. Sasuke? She asked hopefully. No, well, I don't know, but I haven't seen him yet, I said. Naruto, Sakura, Kakashi, and the Sand siblings. That is so awesome, she squealed. Also, yesterday, I was attacked by Dash. I started, but I was interrupted by my fangirl of a cousin. Orochimaru. she shouted. Don't take this the wrong way, she's not an Orochimaru fangirl, but that was the first villain she thought of, so, like most people, teenagers, she blurted it out. Oh god, no, I said. I was attacked by Akatsuki. OMG. Are you okay? She asked. Yeah, I almost got a kiss from Gara because of it, I said, and I blushed a bit. Ah, that's so cute, she said. Wait. What do you mean by almost? I mean exactly what I said, I told her. He leaned in and then chickened out. That just won't do, she said. That's right, we need a plan. With that, there was a blank look on her face as she looked off into the distance. Then she smiled, an evil smile, and then came the laugh. Oh dear, I said. What are you and Jade up to this time? Nothing, she sang with a smile. A smile, mind you, that I did not like too much. Wait, who's Jade? I thought she was Kai, Kelsey said, confused. Who could blame her? I would be too, if I were in her place. Jade is, well, basically she's Kai, I explained. Like an alter ego? Basically, just like Zetsu, only she's not a man-eating plant. So what's she thinking about? I don't think we want to find out, I said, staring at my cousin. But I think it has something to do me and Gara. Oh, okay, was all that Kelsey said. Meanwhile, Kai was laughing evilly, and rubbing her hands together in anticipation. Okay, Kai, it's time to meet the Naruto characters, I said. Why do I have the feeling that this is a very, very bad idea? Because it is. Hey, who invited you? I am, you idiot. I just shook my head and led Kelsey and Kai to the house next door. A few minutes later, we were in Naruto and Company's house, and Kai had, somehow, embraced Kakashi in a huge bear hug. I was sitting on the couch rubbing my head in embarrassment. Hee, sorry about this, Kakashi-sensei, she's a real Naruto fangirl, I said. It's okay, he said, but from his one-eyed glare, I could tell it was completely not okay. Kai finally unlatched herself from Kakashi, a little confused of how she got there. Huh! This is so unlike me, she said. I would never hug Kakashi like that. You wouldn't, Jade would, I said. Oh, she said, looking down. Sorry. There was a quick introduction, and I could see her visibly restraining from hugging Gara like she did Kakashi. Good, I thought to myself. Well, now you guys know my cousin, I said. Isn't she great? That was half sarcastic, half true. She had her moments, but overall, she was a lot of fun to be around. But all of the ninjas seemed to ignore the truth in that statement, and only hear the sarcasm. There was complete silence. A/N, well, there you go. I know I said I was going to wait, but I feel like that is unlikely to happen, so... I hope you enjoyed this chapter. Next chapter there will be more action. Promise. Maybe. Review anyways. Peace out. Reattack. D, here we are again. I'm going to post 2 tonight because I'm going up north to celebrate my grandparents' 60th anniversary, and they live out in the middle of nowhere so there's not internet connection. Saku, we'll miss you. Have fun. D, thank you, Sakura. Gara, you better not see any other guys up there. D, don't worry, honey, there won't be any other guys except my cousins and I am so not getting into a relationship with them shudders. Oh, and if you're wondering where Kai is, she's still being chased by Haiden. Speaking of which, oh Shikamaru. Shika, what the hell am I doing here? I'm not even in this fanfic. D, well, you beat Haiden in the show, so we figured you could take care of him for us. Shika, but I haven't fought him yet. D, please? Shika. No, leaves. D, well then. Oh, Haiden. H, what the F *** do you want? D, I'm the writer, so I command thee to stop attacking the poor girl. Why did you even do it in the first place? H, cause Sasuke F *** ing told me to. D, and since when do you listen to him? H, well, you see. D, well, while Haiden figures out the answer to that question, I don't know Naruto, and here's the next chapter. Chapter 11. Reattack. So this is where you train? Kai asked. Yup, I told her. Pretty sweet, huh? Hell yeah! She exclaimed. I love this place so much that I want to take a picture of it. She reached into her pocket to take out her phone. Oh no, I think I left my phone at the house. Let me go get it. Okay, I said, not noticing her change in voice. Hey, Darcy. I spun around to see who was calling me. It was Naruto. Hey, Naruto, I said. What are you doing out here alone? He asked. Well, I was showing Kai where we train, but she had to go back to the house to get her phone. I explained. Oh, I guess that's why I saw her leaving, Naruto said. Then a realization hit me. You know, I think we should head back with her, that way when she comes back out she can find this place. I said. Yeah, sounds like a plan, Naruto said, and we turned to leave. That was when everything went wrong. We were about to exit the clearing when an all too familiar voice rang out. Where the F*** do you think you're going, bitch? Hayden asked, and Naruto and I spun around. Hayden, forget the girl and focus on the QB brat, Pain ordered. My body reacted on its own. I flung myself in front of Naruto, arms spread wide. Don't lay a hand on Naruto! I shouted at the Akatsuki, and then I spoke to Naruto. Naruto, get out of here and get help! But I want to fight! Naruto complained. I didn't say you couldn't, I'm just asking for you to do the smart thing, for once in your life, and get some goddamn help! I shouted at him. Fine, just don't get yourself killed, Naruto said, and ran off. Pain made a move to go after him, but I made myself visible to them. Your fight is with me, I said. Pain laughed. So, girl, you are going to fight all of us at one time? He asked. If I have to, I said. Fine, it's your funeral, though, Pain said, preparing to attack. Pain, I want to fight her. Hayden had his side ready, and a sadistic, more sadistic than usual, grin on his face. Without warning, he slashed and I somehow dodged it. He kept swinging and I kept dodging until his scythe finally hit me. Not hard or deep, just a small graze on my upper arm, but it was enough for him. Before I knew it, he had drawn his stupid circle and was standing in it. And now, bitch, you die, he said. But I somehow managed to react before he had time to lick my blood off his blade. I lunged for him, managing to knock him out of his circle. I probably caught him off guard. Hayden, there is no way in hell I am dying at 16, I declared. Damn it, bitch, get OFF, he screamed, flinging me off of him and heading back for his circle. Don't. You listen, bastard? I screeched, and I tackled him again. I'm not ing dying at 16. Damn you, why won't you let me ing kill you? He asked in exasperation. No one in their right mind would willingly sit back and let themselves get killed. I screamed at him. I was now straddling him, do not take that the wrong way, and pinning him to the ground. I had sent all of my chakra to arms so that I could hold his arms down. But apparently that wasn't enough. He managed to throw me off of him, but this time, instead of going to his circle, he picked me up by the neck, choking me. Fine then, I won't give you a choice, he said. After a moment of him holding my neck and me struggling, while he was of course laughing his ass off, he finally decided to let me go. Of course this didn't mean just putting me down, no, he had to throw me against a tree. I landed on the ground, struggling to get my breath and strength back. By the time he was back in his circle and had licked my blood off his scythe, I had finally managed to stand up. I was just going to kill you quickly and painlessly, but after that act of yours, well, bitch, let's just say you're going to wish you were never even born. With his little speech done, he slashed his upper right arm. I winced, but otherwise made not sign that I was in pain. I'm usually very good at sucking up pain. Hey, you're a tough one. Let's see you handle this. He slashed his left thigh. Ah. I let out a small whimper of pain, but still managed to stay standing. But I did have to close my eyes in pain. Still not good enough, eh? He slashed at both of his ankles. Ah. This time I cried out louder, and I fell to the ground. I managed to open my eyes enough to see how much blood I was losing. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. I reached deep within my spirit and found the strength to stand. I ignored the pain, and slowly and shakily stood up. How can you even stand? Hayden asked in complete shock. I don't know, I said weakly, leaning against a T. I guess it's because I'm going to die. Whether it is by your hand or just from blood loss, I don't know, but I don't care. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die facing my opponent. You know, I'm starting to respect you a bit. Hayden said. Well, I guess I'll give you the death of a true shinobi. He raised his scythe and pierced his stomach. I doubled over in pain, clutching my stomach. Through squinted eyes I could see blood dripping through my hands. One more strike should do it. He raised his scythe, and I looked up to see him aiming for his heart. I stood up and leaned against the tree for support. I closed my eyes. So this is it, huh? For once, I'm not going to argue with you. But that takes away all of the fun. Unfortunately, I didn't get to answer myself, for Hayden was saying something to me. Open your eyes, he said. You wanted to face your opponent, so keep your eyes open. I obliged barely. My eyes were open only a crack, everything was blurry. Hayden, and the poor girl's suffering, Conan said gently. My breaths were staggered now. Fine. His scythe was raised and I was struggling to keep my eyes open. Then, everything happened really fast. Again. The ground was shaking. I was falling. Someone caught me, whispering words to me, but I wasn't conscious enough to understand. Then there were 3 familiar faces above me, but I couldn't remember who they were. There were brown eyes, green eyes, and pale eyes. Why did they all look so worried? A voice in the back of my head was saying they were worried about me, but how could that be? I felt fine. Well, not fine per se, it was more like I didn't feel anything. I was numb. I felt the touch of hands on my stomach. Then there was this warm sensation that washed over me. Chakra? I thought vaguely. I like this feeling. It's better than the numbness. Please don't let it go away. Of course, as soon as I thought that, the warmth left, and that was when feeling rushed back to me. During the warmth, my eyes had shut in contentment. Now, however, they flew open and there was a piercing scream. What was that? Why aren't the eyes above trying to help them? I asked myself. Because that person is you. What? Everything made sense. I could feel someone's arms wrapped around me protectively, and there were hands on my shoulders trying to soothe me. I could feel the warmth that was just on my stomach on my arm, and then my thigh, and finally my ankles. I felt someone's mouth at my ear. I could feel it moving, trying to tell me something. That was when hearing really decided to kick in. Sure, I could hear before, but that was just loud noises, not the soft whispering this stranger was trying to communicate to me with. Darcy, it's okay, we're here, and you're safe. Was that Sakura? It was a girl, so I think so. That was when I realized that I was still screaming. Well, whimpering was a better word. I finally managed to calm myself down and open my eyes completely. What used to be just eyes above me now had heads and bodies. Gaara, Sakura, and Kai were bent over me with worried glances. Well, not Sakura, she had remained calm. It was part of her job as a medic. Are you okay? It shocked me to hear this from Gaara. It wasn't because I didn't think he cared, I knew he did, but it wasn't his job, it was Sakura's. Yes, I said, sitting up slowly with the support of Gaara's arm. From there he helped me stand up, and that was when I noticed there was a wall of sand to keep the Akatsuki away, so I assumed. Gaara confirmed my assumption when he moved the sand so that it was surrounding the Akatsuki. Now, I will give you one chance to leave, Gaara said blankly. Or what? Hayden asked. Or I'll kill you, Gaara said still with that blank voice. Haha, I'd like to see that. Hayden laughed. It doesn't matter, Pain said. We are done here. And with those 4 words, the whole organization was gone. Unconsciously I had latched my arms around Gaara, and I was now clinging for dear life. We'll see you guys back at the house, Sakura said. I still want to give her another checkup, this time with access to real medical equipment. Okay, Gaara said. Even after everyone, all Gaara did was adjust his hold on me so he was hugging me properly. Without knowing when, I had started crying, and it was a good 5 minutes before I was done. And when I had finally stopped, I looked up at Gaara. I'm sorry, I said. For what? He asked. For trying to fight the Akatsuki by myself. I explained. It's not your fault, he said. You did the right thing, well, in the eyes of a shinobi. Sacrificing yourself may not be ideal, but it is a true honor to die protecting someone. In your world, in this world, dying before it's your time to go is scary. I said. I'm glad you're alive, he said, and he started to lean forward, but this time, he didn't stop. Our lips met, and I felt this spark. Not like an electric shock, but like a spark of emotion, like there was a connection between us. We stood there for a few minutes just kissing, until he finally pulled back. Wait dash. I started to protest. Sure, he said. We need Sakura to take another look at to make sure there wasn't any permanent damage. Later, after Sakura takes a look at me, Gaara and I were in the living room of my house while everyone was back at Kakashi's house, except for Kai, who was in the basement, and hopefully couldn't hear me and Gaara talking, and Kelsey was at her house, last I checked. So, did Kai put you up to this? I asked. Huh? He asked. Did Kai get you to kiss me? I asked. I'm offended, he said. Why? I asked. Do you think someone would honestly have to make me do something like that? Moreover, do you think anyone could make me do something like that? He asked. Oh, if Kai wanted to, she could, I said. It was my decision to kiss you, but... He paused. But she did tell me where you were, so I thought I'd go find you and try to kiss you, since I sort of chickened out the first time. He trailed off, and looked at me lovingly, a look I never thought Gaara would give anyone, least of all to me. He kissed me once more on the lips, and then the forehead. It's late, I should get home before Tamari finds the need to call me and yell at me again. Good night, I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Gaara, I said, giving him one last hug. After he left, Kai came bursting up the stairs. She hadn't gotten to talk to me since my near-death experience, so I guess I should have expected the huge bear hug I got from her. Then again, I wasn't quite with it. I was so worried. She kept saying, "What happened? Tell me everything." And so, I explained the whole story, even the part when Haiden said he respected me. Well, I guess even sadistic killers like him can respect a true shinobi. She said, "I'm proud of you, but do me one favor?" What? I asked tiredly. It had been a long day. Don't ever pull a stunt like that again. She yelled at me. Okay, I said with a small laugh. But can we go to bed now? The next morning, Kai and I had slept in the living room since we were either lazy, that would be Kai, or tired, that would be me, and we didn't feel like moving to my room or the basement. When I woke up, I tossed a pillow at her to wake her up and we got breakfast. We went back to the living room to watch TV and that was when I saw it. It was a note, just a small, yellow, sticky note, but it was enough to get my curiosity. It was stuck on the inside of the back sliding glass door, which had magically been fixed. Since it was inside, I automatically assumed it was from Kelsey or one of the good shinobi, since they were the only other people who had a key besides me. I walked to the glass door to read it, and I instantly wished I hadn't. My eyes were wide open in shock and hurt. What is it, Darcy? Kai asked, coming over to me and reading the note over my shoulder. She looked just as shocked as me. The note read, Darcy, I guess now is a good time to tell you that I've been working with Akatsuki for about a month now. And yes, they've been here for that long. I'd say about as long as Naruto and his friends have been here. I will also tell you that I was the one behind both of your attacks. I told them where you like to go and that you are friends with Naruto. I know you must be wondering why. Well, it's because I'm in love with Itachi Uchiha. Your friend, well, I guess not anymore. Kelsey. Without skipping a beat, I rushed over to Kakashi's house to show them the note. Gaara, of course, held me every second that I cried. He even let me hit him to relieve me of my frustration. I can't believe that bitch. Why would she do this to me? Why? I screamed as I hit Gaara for the umpteenth time. I knew I would regret it later, but he would say it was okay, and I would believe him. When I eventually calmed down enough to stop hitting Gaara and whoever came too close, per Sakura, Kai joined in the hug to help me feel better. Everyone else went to the kitchen to devise a plan. Gaara led me and Kai there, still holding on to us. Well, mostly just me, but Kai was there too. When the shinobi finally finished talking, I spoke up. Just promise me one thing, I said. Let me fight her. It's my right. Well, that's all for the weekend. I might have time to write a chapter tomorrow, but I doubt it. I have to pack and throw away school shit, so yeah. Kay, we will miss you, Darcy. Oh, Dara. What on? Kay, I've got a song for you. Dude looks like a lady. What are you implying on? Kay, I think you know what I'm saying. Don't take it too personally, though. Yes, and don't take this too personally on. Oh, Haiden. He. K.O. not again. Shit. See ya, Darcy. Runs in fear with Haiden after her. You know what? Hayden, I told you before to stop, and since I'm the author, you kind of have to do what I say. So I say, do the chicken dance. H. Do I have to? D. Yes, you do. H. Does chicken dance. D. I could torture him more, but I'm exhausted. Good night, world. I guess all that's left to say now is have a good weekend and please review. Also, I was aiming for this chapter to be the longest and most epic. I almost got it to be the longest. I'm a couple hundred words off, but what about most epic? What do you think? The diabolical plan. D. Well, now I'm up north, and I have to try my best to shield this from the rest of my family. I don't think they're too fond of swearing. K. Too bad. D. I know. K. Well, anyways. Oh, Sasuke. Sasu. Oh, not a guy is cut off because Kai, well, Jade, technically speaking, gives him a huge bear hug. K. Sasuke. Sasu, what the hell? A few chapters ago, you were calling me emo acting like you didn't like me, and now you're hugging my like you're my girlfriend or something. D. Oh my. Per Sasuke just met Jade. K. Sasuke. I love you so much. Sasu, this is so not cool. Hid. D. No. No, you will not call Hayden. Sasu. Fine. K. Huh? Why am I hugging the emo freak? Sasu, what the hell? D. Okay, well, while I explain the situation here, read on. I don't know Naruto. Also, I realize I started to call everyone by sensei. But that go really tedious, so I decided to just stick with calling Kakashi by sensei. Chapter 12. The Diabolical Plan. Okay, Kai, we need a plan, I said. It had been a week since the whole Akatsuki Attack / Kelsey ditching us for them because she is a bitch incident, and Kai and I had been working our asses off getting stronger. We had been training night and day, and she somehow managed to master the Chidori in that 1 week. Oh, Sasuke's gonna be jealous. By the way, her chakra type is lightning, and I had spent that week perfecting my jutsu so I could perform the hand signs a hell of a lot faster, and the jutsu were now perfect as a jutsu can get. Yeah, she agreed, and we sat back and thought. Oh, I've got it. Well, it might work, I said. What is it? She asked. Well, since Akatsuki is here, there's a pretty good chance Sasuke is, I said. And if he is here, that means we have a common enemy. Itachi Uchiha. Right, and because of that, he might actually join up to help us, Naruto and the others being here aside. Kai filled in for me. But there's a problem. If Sasuke's here, that means Orochimaru is here too. That's right, but we'll have to deal with it, I said. Let's go talk to Kakashi-sensei. She nodded and we walked over to their house excitedly. Kakashi-sensei! Kakashi-sensei! I call as I, rudely, burst through their back door. Please come right in, don't worry about knocking, Kakashi-sensei said, looking up from Makeout Paradise. Sorry, but this is really important, I said. Kakashi-sensei! Kai screamed, latching herself yet again to Kakashi-sensei. Oh, not again, he complained. This happened all the time during training. Get over it, 'cause I'm not going to apologize again, I said, sitting down on the couch to wait for her to get back to normal. Huh, Kai said, finally coming back to reality. All right, now that my dear cousin is back to normal, the reason we came over, I said as Kai sat down next to me. Yes, that I'm interested to hear, he said, sitting down across from us. But first, where is everyone else? I asked. Downstairs playing COD, he replied. Hey guys! He called down to the 5 other ninja, not moving or looking away from his book. A few minutes later, everyone was gathered around me and Kai. So, what's your big plan? Kakashi asked. Well, it's really just speculation, I started out. But since Akatsuki is here, we think that we think Sasuke might be here too, Kai said, eccentrically interrupting me. Yeah, I said. So if he is here we have to find him so I can hug him and love him and . But she was interrupted. That's enough, I said. Basically, we find him and see if he'll help us. After all, we do have a common enemy. Itachi Uchiha, Sakura said grimly. That's true, but there is one problem, Orochimaru, Kakashi said. Yes, but he might work with us, after all, he might hold some grudges against Akatsuki, I said. Yeah, and anyways, we'll never know if we don't try, Kai said, back to normal. I think it's a good plan, but besides Orochimaru, we don't know where to find him, Sakura said. That's where you and Naruto come in, I said. Sakura surprised us by being the one to speak first. How? Trust your instincts and search for his chakra signature, I guess, I said. It makes sense, in theory, Sakura said. Well, what are we waiting for? Naruto said. We don't know how long we're going to be here, so we'll want all the help we can get to eliminate our enemy as soon as possible. He jumped up, ready to go. All right, Sakura said, following his lead. They hurried out the door with everyone else right behind them. We ran through the woods, and after a while, I thought that my theory was wrong, which wouldn't have surprised me, but it would have gotten Naruto and Sakura down. All the ninja were ahead of us, which gave me and Kai a large enough space to whisper to each other. Hey, Kai, I whispered to get her attention. Yeah? She asked absently. What if we're wrong? About Sasuke, I mean. I asked. We don't need him to beat the shit out of Akatsuki, don't worry, she said. Sure, it would help, but we have 3 Jonins, the Kazekage, a Chunin, and a kick-ass Genin. Oh, and then us, who have learned a shitload in 1 week. Well, that's true, but I was referring to Naruto and Sakura's morale, I said. Oh, that. We both looked down. Don't worry. We looked up surprised to see Kakashi-sensei next to us. They're used to disappointment, they know how to hide it and move on. That's not a good thing, you know, being used to disappointment, I said. This time, everything's going to go right. Exactly. We need to find him so I can hug him and love him dash. Kai, come on, save it for Sasuke, I said. Okay, she exclaimed. Anyways, that's the kind of positive thinking we need, he said. He made to rejoin the group, but that was when I thought up a better plan, one I'm too lazy to add to the earlier part of the story, so it's going here. Oh, wait, Kakashi-sensei. I called to him. Yes? He asked, coming back. I think by now everyone except Naruto and Sakura, since they were so much further ahead of the group, knew what we were talking about. Does Naruto still have Sasuke's forehead protector? I asked. Probably. Why? He asked. Well, you could use your summoning jutsu to track him. If Sasuke is here, then he can't be too far away, right? And if that's the case, it shouldn't be too hard to find him. I explained. Exactly, he said. Wait, what? You knew about this? Why didn't you tell us? I asked, slightly angered. So that you would figure it out. This was your idea, so you need to figure it out, he explained. It's kind of like it's your mission, and that means I'm going to let you figure everything out. I could tell he was smiling under his mask, and it annoyed me to no end. Fine, whatever, I said, still angry with him. Hey, Naruto, Sakura. Come here, I have an idea. What? Naruto asked, being the first one to reach me. He even beat the Sand siblings. Sakura was right behind him, and then came the Sand siblings. Well, it doesn't seem like we're making much progress, so Naruto, if you still have Sasuke's forehead protector, we can use Kakashi-sensei's summoning jutsu to track him, I explained. Naruto had the forehead protector out before I had even finished. Alright, Kakashi-sensei, summon your ninja hounds, Naruto said, and received a hard smack on the head from Sakura immediately after. What? Naruto, don't boss around Jonins when you're just a Jin. She scolded. Ahem, if I may continue. Kakashi-sensei interrupted everyone. He took the forehead protector from Naruto and quickly summoned. Pakun. Okay, Pakun, I need you to see if Sasuke is here. There's a chance he's not, but that's what you're here for. Got it, Kakashi. The dog replied, and sniffed the forehead protector and then the air. Found him. Lead on, Kakashi ordered. The dog took off, running with everyone in close pursuit. In a matter of minutes we burst through the trees into a clearing, and sure enough, Sasuke and Orochimaru stood there, staring at us. Naruto? Sakura? Sasuke asked. But neither of them had a chance to speak. My Sasuke! Kai screeched, flinging herself onto him. No one except for me can call Sasuke my Sasuke, Orochimaru said. Shut up, pedophile, Kai told him. What? Orochimaru asked. You heard me. You're a pedophile, a child molester, a dash. Kai was, yet again, interrupted by me. Kai, we're not here to insult the creeper, I said. Can she let go of me now? Sasuke asked. Before I kill her? I quickly pried her off of him, and jumped between them. Now, Sasuke, we haven't come all this way to start a fight, I said, trying to keep Kai away. Listen, we need your help. And why should I help you? He asked. A better question is why do I think I'll let him help you? Orochimaru asked. Because we have a common enemy, I said. Well, we do with Sasuke. And who might that be? Itachi Uchiha, I said. Sasuke visibly stiffened. I'm listening, he said. Well, as you know, he's a member of Akatsuki, and, as I'm sure you also know, Akatsuki is after Naruto, I explained. And what makes you think I care about Naruto? Sasuke asked. You might not care about Naruto, but you do care about finding and killing your brother, and though we can't promise that you will be able to kill him, we can help you find him, and in return, you will help us eliminate Akatsuki, I told him. Again, what makes you think I'll let you take my Sasuke away from me? Orochimaru asked. You can help us eliminate Akatsuki, I'm sure you'd like that. Am I right? I asked. He hesitated, probably considering pros and cons. That was a good sign. Kaien smiled, this could just work out. Say I work with you, he said. After we eliminate Akatsuki, will we forget we ever worked together? I looked back at Kakashi-sensei, and he stepped forward. Yes, trust me, I don't want this, but considering the circumstances, we have not choice except to get help or face Akatsuki ourselves, he said. You always were smart, Kakashi, Orochimaru said. Actually, it was her idea, he said, pointing to me. In all honesty, I probably wouldn't have thought of it. You could say I wasn't really looking for help, I like a challenge, but she did open my eyes after all. I need to protect Naruto, A/N, who, if you wanted to know, was being gagged by Sakura at the time. It's why he didn't complain. And then there's these two, or should I say just this one, who has gotten into some trouble with Akatsuki. Fine, I would like to see my old friends again, he said with that creepy smile of his. Follow us then, Kakashi-sensei said. Oh, and Sasuke? Yes? He asked. This girl here. Kakashi-sensei indicated Kai. It only took her a week to learn Chidori. I don't believe you, he said. You'll see eventually, Kai said with a smile. Are we going to get their names? Kai and I exchanged glances. We both shrugged, and then looked back at Orochimaru, then back at each other, shrugging again. I'm Darcy, I said. This is my cousin Kai. Back at Kakashi's house. Sasuke, Orochimaru, you two will be in the basement, Kakashi-sensei said. Now we need a game plan. Darcy, do you have any more bright ideas? Nope, I think my bright ideas are about burn-up, I said. Don't say that, you are smart, Gaara said. We were sitting on the couch, his arm around me. Kakashi-sensei, you and Naruto fought Deidara, so you have the most experience with the remaining Akatsuki members, I said. How did you defeat him last time? You mean somewhat defeat him? I nodded. Well, I used my new Sharingan, but unfortunately for me, I missed him. I did get his arm, so I thought. Kakuza sewed it back on, I said. Do you think you could do that again, just not miss? I don't want to risk it, he said. I'll be out for at least a week. If they aren't all taken out, you won't be able to depend on me, and we aren't certain yet that Sasuke can handle Itachi. I can defeat my brother, don't doubt me, he said. Sasuke, you have much to learn, I said. According to Naruto Abridged, which is 100% right 100% of the time, not really, they're just funny, you will never defeat your brother. Or the log. The log? What? He asked, very confused indeed. Alright then, no Sharingan from you, Kakashi-sensei, I said, sitting back and thinking. I'll take over from here, Kakashi-sensei said. We should wait for about another week, I think, so that we have time to train you, Darcy, and you, Kai, even more than we have. This will also give you, Darcy, some time to recover from your fight with Haiden. How does that sound? It's logical and reasonable, Gaara said. I concur. Me too, Sakura said. There were nods and yes from everyone else until everyone had answered except for Orochimaru and Sasuke. Well, what do you two think? Kakashi-sensei asked. You're actually asking us? Orochimaru asked. Well, yes, we are working as a team now, Kakashi-sensei said. We agree, right, Sasuke? Orochimaru asked. Sasuke nodded. Hold on, I said. Where's Kabuto? I'm right here, he said, jumping out from behind the couch. And me. And can you guess what I did then? Yup, I screamed. Like a little girl. Only after Kabuto had given his input and everything was said again did anyone comment on my scream. You scream like a girl, Naruto said. Well, gee, I wonder why? I said sarcastically. Me too, Naruto said, and he walked away. I'm starting to wondering the kid purposely acts stupid, or if he really, truly is stupid, I said, staring after him. It's a mix of both, Sakura said. We all looked at her. Believe it or not, he has his moments, and he's gotten a lot smarter, but he is still ignorant about some things. Whatever, I said, getting up. I'm exhausted, I'm going home. Come on, Kai, let's go home. I'll walk you and Kai home, Gaara said, following us out of the house. Well, there you go. Obviously I'm back. I hope no one was too OOC in this chapter. I feel like Orochimaru and Sasuke joined too easily, but what do you think? Also, I think it's obvious I forgot about Kabuto, and was clearly too lazy to go back to fix it, so I found a funny way to put him in. Aren't I great? Kabuto, how could you forget me like that? I'm not that bad, am I? I'm not as bad as Orochimaru. Sorry, but yes, you are bad. Not as bad as Orochimaru, but still. Kabuto, I don't care if I hear that from that girl, but from you, my own subordinate? I thought you liked what I did and that's why you joined up with me. Kabuto, oh no, Lord Orochimaru. Please don't take it the wrong way. Awkward. Yeah, I know, right? Well, review. Sasuke. Sasu, oh shit, not again. Runs from Kai. Double date. Here we go again. Yay. Kisame. Damn it, where is that fish man? Kisa, I'm a shark, not a flippin' fish. Sure you are. Kisa, that's it, takes out Samahata. These guys are mean. Well, you are insulting them, and they are S-class criminals. What did you expect? Not this. I think you should run. Good idea. She doesn't own Naruto. Bye. Runs for life, again. Chapter 13. Double date. Sasuke, Kai, Gaara and I were at my house. How we managed to get Orochimaru away from Sasuke I'll never know, and we were bored out of our minds. So, who wants to go on a double date? I asked. You mean you and Gaara and me and Sasuke? Kai asked. I nodded. Yes. 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 She cried out, hugging Sasuke fiercely. No. 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 Sasuke yelled, trying to get Kai off of him. She won't let go. I'm not even sure how I got her off of you the first time, I said. But it sounds fun. And Sasuke, it looks like you're going whether you like it or not. So enjoy it. Fine, he said, surprising us all with his willingness. To my yellow Jeep, I said, grabbing Gaara's arm and pulling him with me. Before I could get into the driver's seat, Gaara took the keys from me. I'm driving, I know just where we're going, he said. I got in the passenger seat and Kai and Sasuke sat in the back. We drove for nearly 30 minutes, and then Gaara finally pulled over into a deserted park. When we got out, he whispered something to Sasuke, and then he managed to drag Kai off in one direction. I know that sounds wrong, but just keep reading, it really won't turn out bad. Trust me. Kai, I would never put you through something like that, while Gaara and I went in the other direction. You know, this isn't much of a double date, I said as we walked towards a tree whose roots made a little cave-like shelter. We sat down. I know, but I wanted to spend time with you, he said. He put his arm around me and lied down, bringing me with him, so that we could see the stars. It's beautiful, said. Just like you, he said. I blushed. No boy had compared me to the night sky. Not that I had dated many boys. In fact, you're the first guy I've ever dated, I said aloud. Haha, well, you're the first girl I've ever dated, I said. Well, that's kind of to be expected. After all, you are a ninja and you have to focus on your job. Not only are a ninja, but you're the Kazekage, I said, and I kissed him on the cheek. You're a very good Kazekage. How would you know? He asked. You're right, I guess I wouldn't, I said thoughtfully. I take back my compliment. You see. And do that, he said. Oh, but I just did, I said with a smile. I stared into his eyes and he stared back. That was all the invitation he needed to start kissing me. Kai's POV. I'm not sure how, but Sasuke managed to drag my crazed self, crazed in a good way, over to a large rock. He pulled both of us up on top of it. So, nice night, he said. He sounds hesitant, do something. Okay. Sasuke, let's kiss, I said excitedly. Not that. Shut up and deal with it. What? He asked, but he didn't sound angry. More surprised and a little scared, maybe? Sasuke scared? That can't be right. Maybe he does like me. Don't bet on it, you're way too eccentric for him. Sure, he said. What? Ha! Shows what you know. I am you. So? You still guessed wrong. He put his arm around my neck and leaned in. I put both my arms around his neck and leaned in. Our lips met, and it was like our lightning chakra fused or something because there was much more than just spark of emotion. It was a whole lightning bolt. Speaking of lightning chakra. Shut up for once. I'm in the middle of kissing Sasuke. I wish it were Itachi. I don't. He pulled away after a minute and just looked at me, technically us. Now was the perfect time to take back control. Hey, guess what, Sasuke? I asked. I think he noticed a change in personality. What? He asked hesitantly. I learned Chidori in 1 week, I said excitedly, waiting to see his reaction. Kakashi said that too, but I don't believe that. Said. Fine, I'll prove it, I said, jumping down from the rock. I concentrated my chakra and quickly preformed the hand signs. Chidori! I cried, and lightning appeared around my hand, crackling like 1,000 birds. Unbelievable, he said to himself. Darcy and I are going to start working on a killer combo. Well, we already have earlier today and the end of last week, but we need a lot more work. I bragged. I could tell he was jealous. How would you like me to help you with your training? He asked. Maybe you could learn to change your chakra nature. I had to when I learned Chidori, and since you already know it, you may be able to change your chakra nature. Sure, I said. I don't see any harm in that. It could be fun. Could be? You mean will be? Yeah. Let's kiss him again. No. Too bad, you don't get a choice. I hate you. Sasuke! Let's kiss again. He didn't even reply this time, he just backed me up against the rock, kissing me passionately. Who knew Sasuke had a soft side? Just shut up and enjoy this. Never. D. Well, I think that was nice. K. It was. D. Sorry it was so short, but I think the sweetness of it makes up for that. Sasu, whatever you say. Gara, I agree with Darcy. D. That's a good boyfriend. K. Sasuke, you need to act more like Gara. Sasu, since when were we dating? K. Well, you sure did kiss like we've been dating for a while. Sasu, whatever, just review. More training sort of. Chapter 14. More training. Kai's POV. It had been a week since Sasuke said he would train me, and boy did he mean it. He wouldn't relent except for short meals and a few hours of sleep. It was exhausting. And I hated it. Don't say that. You know you love it. I do not love it. You do. But I am you. Don't expect me to say. Touché. I'm not Irika. But that line was so funny. But I'm not Irika, so I am not going to say it. Naruto abridged quote. If you haven't watched it, you should, it is funny as hell. Please? No. Please? Fine, touché. Happy? Yes, I am. Hey, stop spacing on me, Sasuke said. Sorry, Jade won't shut up, I said. I don't want to hear excuses, I want to see results. He scolded me. Sorry, gosh, you don't have to yell at me, I muttered under my breath. What was that? He asked. Nothing, I said. He's so cute when he's mad. Don't you think so? No, because he's yelling at me. Okay, let's try that again, he said. Okay. I closed my eyes and focused my chakra. Fire style, fireball jutsu. I got the same result as the last 1,000 times I tried it, a small puff of smoke with a hint of orange flame. You're not trying hard enough, he said. Well, maybe if you gave me a break, I could do better. I'm exhausted, I said. Do you think an enemy would give you a break when you're exhausted in the middle of the fight? He asked. Of course not, but this is practice. It's when I'm allowed to get a break to learn the stuff I need to learn, so I don't have to deal with the same problems in a fight. I yelled at him. Stop yelling at our Sasuke. You mean your Sasuke? That is it. I'm taking over. What? Shit. No, you are not. Too late. Sasuke, you have to forgive my other self, she has no idea what training means. I said. What I do too. Shut up. For once I'm trying to help you. How? I'm going to loosen him up for you. I could practically see her grinning evilly. Of course, she wasn't letting it show, she was better than that. And so was I, of course. There was no way she was going to be better than me. If you know what I mean. Oh no, you've gone psycho again, he said. I'm not psycho, she is. I had my arms around his neck now, and I was backing him up to the tree behind him. Sure, he said. Isn't the guy supposed to make advances like this? That's a stereotype, I said with a smile. I was slowly leaning up to him. And he was leaning down to me. Don't you think we're rushing this? Of course we aren't. Just imagine he's Itachi. I guess I could do that. But still, I don't think I would rush it with Itachi. Yes, you would. So don't be mad at me. I'm not going to win this argument, am I? Nope. We were kissing now, me and Sasuke, that is. My hands were in his hair, and his were on my back. It was a perfect moment. And then... What the hell is going on? I thought you were training, an angry voice said behind us. I turned around in Sasuke's arms, and stared at the figure before us. We were training, Orochimaru, Sasuke said calmly. Yeah, so bug OFF, I said. He didn't scare me, he was just creepy. No! You can't take my Sasuke from me. His teeth were gritted, and I was clearly getting on his nerves. No way, I won't let you have him. You'd just rape him. I'll love him then rape him, I told him stubbornly, and then I looked at Sasuke. Kidding mostly. I hope you're kidding about the raping me part, he said. I am, don't worry, I said with a smile. That's a relief, he said. Sasuke with me now, Orochimaru ordered. No, he said flatly. What? Orochimaru asked. I said no, Sasuke repeated. We were working on changing chakra nature, and she was almost there, but then she needed a break. So you kissed? Orochimaru was clearly angry. Yes. Is that what you will do whenever she needs a break? His snake-like eyes were glinting with anger at me. If that's what it takes for her to relax, Sasuke replied, still in a monotone. Don't worry, Orochimaru, you can still rape Kabuto, I said smiling. What? He was definitely outraged. Well, I assume that's what you did before you got Sasuke, I said with a shrug. You little brat, he said. I think it's time for you to go, Orochimaru, Sasuke said. And why should I listen to you? He asked, outraged. Because you need me, Sasuke told him. I am stronger than you now, and I could leave you any time I wanted. Orochimaru realized this, and though he didn't quite believe it, from what I could see, he left anyways. Well, I didn't see that coming, I said. I have my ways, he said, turning me around. Do you want to keep training? I shook my head, while my inner nodded her head. Too bad for you, I'm in control. We need to learn this, though. Hey, you were the one who wanted a break. Oh, whatever. Sasuke and I continued kissing for a while, and I think both of us enjoyed it, although Jade enjoyed it more. Well, there you have it. I'm sorry it's so short, please don't yell at me. K, I want some time with Itachi. And you'll have it. In fact, Itachi. Ida what? K, yay. Hugs Itachi fiercely. Ida, oh boy, lucky me. He says this blankly. Well, review please. I'm in a pretty good mood today, thought I'd say that. Oh, and if something doesn't make sense, plot or otherwise, just tell me, and I'll fix it/explain it. Shopping again, but with more action. Chapter 15. Shopping again, but with more action. Darcy's POV. Hey guys! I called walking into Kakashi Sensei's house. Again with the barging in, Kakashi Sensei said. Sorry, but I had to ask Gara a really important question, I said. What? He asked, coming from the kitchen. Can you take me shopping at the mall today? I asked, smiling. Do I have a choice? He asked. Not really, I said. Actually, I was hoping all of the kids could go out. Kai needs a break. Cool, go get them. They should be training right now, Gara said, kissing my forehead before I left. At the clearing. You need to do better, I heard Sasuke say. Easy for you to say, you've done this 1,000,000 times, Kai said. True, he said. Besides, I don't have my pride to worry about, she said. I stood on the outside of the clearing and was unnoticed. What was that? He asked. Well, it's not like I'm trying to please my father or anything, she said. Not like you had to. Whatever, he said. I figured it was time to intervene. Hey guys, I said, but they both ignored me and kept arguing. I tried a few times, so I decided to text Kai. I texted her, hey Kai, let's go shopping. A few minutes later, her text tone went of, shut the hell up you fuzzbag. Sasuke from his fight with Yuri. Another Naruto abridged reference, seriously. If you haven't seen it you should check it out, if you have, check it out again. She opened her phone and texted me back. My text tone went off, cha, singing Gara of th. E-funk. They both looked at me. If you were right there, why didn't you say anything? Kai asked. You two were too busy arguing to listen to me, I said simply, flipping my phone open to read the sure, is Sasuke coming? Yes, he is. Yay. She grabbed his arm and ran to Kakashi-sensei's house, with me right on her tail. Later, at the mall. Oh my god, that's on store? Sasuke asked. No, it's one building with multiple stores in it, I said. Why would anyone do that? Sasuke asked. Because it's convenient, I replied. Although I hate all the walking, I figured it was time for Kai to get a break from training. Speaking of which, how's that going? Oh, it's great, she said excitedly. I've finally gotten the fireball jutsu. Yeah, in between kissing him. Oh shit, did I say that out loud? Yes, you did, I told. Oh great, I'm talking to myself out loud now, she muttered to herself. Just great. Don't worry, I still love you, I said, putting an arm around her. And I'm sure Sasuke does, he just won't admit it. Okay, since it's about lunchtime, I think we should get lunch before we go shopping, Sakura said, coming up to the front to walk with Sasuke. Good idea, Sakura, Naruto said, joining them on Sasuke's other side. Isn't that cute? It's Team 7 together again, I said to Kai. It is pretty nice, she said. But that Sakura has got to watch herself around my Sasuke. You sound like Orochimaru, I said. Don't you dare compare me to that creeper, Kai said, glaring at me. At the food court. There's too many of you, we need to get rid of one person for the next test, so if you're British, leave. Hi. Kai was quoting Naruto abridged, and I, of course, just had to join in. Bugger Kabuto, I finished for her. Oh, here's on, what are you doing, Gara? Mr. Expendable, aka Yashimaru. I'm brooding. Gara. Kai continued. Do you want to be friends? I continued. Of the funk? Yeah, Gara, friends of the funk. Friends of the funk. What are you doing? Gara asked. We had completely forgotten about our friends sitting around us. At this point, they were all staring at us like we had lost our minds, which may not be too far off the point. Quoting Naruto abridged. I said with a hesitant smile. Wonderful, Gara said. But the way he said it was completely not wonderful. We all ate lunch in silence, until Temari saw her. Look there, Temari said. We all looked and saw the one person, besides say someone from Akatsuki or Orochimaru, who could ruin this day, Rachel. Who wants to beat the shit out of her? I do, Kai said. You don't even know her, I said. Well, if Temari doesn't like her then she's got to be a bitch, Kai reasoned. They both got up and stalked her into a dark alley, because this mall has one, apparently. This is not going to end well, I said. They are going to get into so much trouble. We're going down together or not at all, Sakura said, getting up. Let's go, guys. Right behind you, Sakura, Naruto said. Sasuke followed silently, then Kankuro, and finally me and Gaara. By the time Gaara and I got there, nothing intense had happened. You put them up to this, didn't you? Rachel said, pointing an accusing finger at me. Me? I asked innocently. Don't act like you don't know. You're just a whore, and you know it. She shouted. Takes one to know one. I said, shrugging. She looked absolutely offended. That's it, can I punch her? Temari asked. Go right ahead. I said. Oh, can I too? Kai asked. Sure. I said. Because of unnecessary violence portrayed in this scene will be replaced with a grassy field. There were screams of pain as Rachel finally got what she deserved, a very good ass kicking. For whatever reason, the mall cops didn't show up, but just in case we decided to end our shopping trip short and hurry home. Back at Kakashi's house. You guys are home early, Kakashi-sensei said. I thought you would be out much later. When we came in, we saw Kakashi and Orochimaru just staring at each other, with Kabuto standing behind him, Orochimaru. They had said they were going to discuss battle strategies, but it looked to me they were just having a staring contest. A very hate-filled one. I was starting to think that my brilliant idea of getting Sasuke, Orochimaru and Kabuto to help us wasn't so brilliant. Having Sasuke was nice, but Orochimaru was just creepy. Well, you could say we got in a fight. I said. Well, Temari and Kai did, but we were all there. We didn't get into any trouble, but we figured it would be safer to leave. I see. Kakashi had not taken his eye off of Orochimaru yet, and I don't think he would any time soon. We decided to leave them like that. Sasuke, Kai, Gaara and I went to the clearing to train, while everyone else did who knows what. There you go. I'll probably get another chapter up today, but no promises. I'm exhausted. K, why? There was a storm last night, and though that didn't wake me up, I did wake up because I was really hot. That storm kept me up forever. The thunder was super loud, and the flashes of lightning were like flash bombs. K, wow, really? I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, well, that means I'm probably going to try and take a nap, but who knows? K, well, your well-being is much more important than this story. You really think so? K, no, I don't. Update this chapter pronto. Gee, thanks for the concern. Gaara, I think you should take a nap. Don't listen to Sasuke's psycho girlfriend. Sasu, she's not my girlfriend. Are you kidding me? You guys make out every time you train. If that doesn't make you boyfriend/girlfriend, I don't know what does. K, just admit it, Sasuke, you know you want to. Sasu, fine, we're dating, happy? K, very laughing face. Okay, review and I'll try and update before today is over. Attacking the Akatsuki? Here we go again. Oh, if you haven't seen The Blind Side, you should. It's such a touching story, and it's a true one. K, yay! You updated in the same day, just like you said. Oh, Itachi. HN. K, asterisk hugs fiercely again. If I'm right, she's already done this, asterisk. What? The hell? You just said last chapter you were dating my brother. K, that was my other self. Sasu, hey, what's going on here? Oh boy, let's see her explain this one. Actually, no, I'm just going to start the chapter. I don't own Naruto or Naruto Abridged, they don't own Naruto either. Chapter 16. Attacking the Akatsuki. Okay, so our plan is to just straight up attack them? I asked. Pretty much, Kakashi said. We can use Pakun to help track them. Once we get there though, Sakura, I want you to stay out of the fight as much as possible. You're our only medic, so you need to stay alive, and Naruto, you'll be teamed with her. You and Sakura must stay out of the fight as much as possible, and you need to cover her. At any rate, Sasuke, you and I will team up to fight Itachi and, if we must, Toby as well. Kai, Darcy, you said you've been working on a killer technique? Yup. We said together with big grins in place. Okay, well, you two will team up and fight. Who did you want to fight again? He asked. Hayden, and if she's there, Kelsey. I said. Why Hayden? Orochimaru asked. I still have to get back at him for almost killing me. I said simply. Anyways, Gaara, Temari, Kankuro, you three will work together, and well, just attack whoever hasn't been called yet. Orochimaru, Kabuto, same for you. Kakashi said. Now, are we all ready? Nobody had time to answer though, for Kai's phone went off. Ah, touche. Get your own damn line, Kakashi! Irika, will you get the hell out of my episode? It repeated a few times before she finally answered it. After a brief conversation with whoever it was, she hung up. There was a long silence. Ordwa cord, she sang. Okay, Kakashi said. Anyways, is everyone ready? Wait, do Kai and I get any weapons? I asked. Nah, your jutsu should be enough, and you'll have Naruto and Sakura to back you up, Kakashi told us. I just nodded. Alright, let's move out, he said, getting up. Everyone followed him to the spacious backyard, and he summoned Pakun. Kakashi-sensei, how are you going to track them if you don't have their scent? I asked. Oh, but I do have their scent, he said. He pulled a piece of black material in a plastic bag from his pocket. Kankuro snagged this off. Oh, was all I could say. Okay, Pakun, can you find them? Kakashi asked, giving the piece of cloth to Pakun. The dog sniffed at it, and then the air. This way, was all that the dog said, and he ran off in the direction of our training clearing. We ran through that and over the lake and through the woods until we reached another clearing. We stayed in the woods around it though, for that was where Akatsuki was. Thanks, Pakun, you can go now, Kakashi said. With that, the dog left. Okay, Sasuke, you're with me. Sakura and Naruto, back up Kai and Darcy, Gaara, Temari, Kankuro, you work together, what you do is really up to you, and Orochimaru and Kabuto, well, just don't kill us. Got it? Everyone nodded. Okay, ready? Go! We all jumped into the clearing. Nobody said anything, so of course, Kai had to break the silence. Hey, Kisame, guess what? Kai said, but she didn't wait for a reply. I had this Mexican soup the other day, and it tasted strangely like fish. Did you do something to it? What are you implying? He asked, narrowing his eyes. Oh, I think you know exactly what I'm implying, she said with a smile. Now you listen here, you little brat, Kisame said. I am not a fish. I am a shark. Fish. Shark. Fish. Look at these teeth, he said, showing his very sharp teeth. Do these look like the teeth of a fish? No, they don't because they are shark teeth. Sure, Kai said, and then added under her breath. Fish. I thought Kisame heard her, but he just ignored it. I assume that seeing you here means that this is all-out war? Pain asked, stepping forward. You assume correct, Pain, Kakashi said. The leader of Akatsuki didn't look surprised at all that Kakashi knew his name, but I'm sure he felt it. I'm sure he was thinking something along the lines of, wow, Kakashi's almost as bad as Orochimaru. No, that's impossible, but he comes close. And this is the smartest decision you could come to? Pain said. He stared at Naruto as he continued. You could just give Naruto up to us, and then we wouldn't have to fight. Because if you all fight, you will all die. I think I speak for all of us when I say we'll take our chances. I said. Naruto is our friend, our comrade, and we won't let the likes of you get a hold of him. Then so be it. Pain said. Sorry for the cliffhanger, but I think I'm almost done with this story. That's so sad. I know, right? Hey, who invited you? But I plan to make a sequel. Speaking of which, I need one more character. Girl or boy, it doesn't matter. If you want to be in the story, tell me in the review or PM me. I'm just going to take the first person who tells me, minus Princess Kai, she's already in the story. Yay! Anywho, just tell me the basics, name, personality, appearance, that kind of stuff. I'm not going to say anything about the sequel except that the title is Reunion. I'm only going to reveal stuff to Princess Kai and whoever else is in my story, and even then, it won't be much. Okay, well, please review. See you next chapter. Epic Battle Part 1. Okay, next chapter. I'm going to try for one a day, so you'll have to wait a day to read the next chapter, unless, of course, I get a lot of reviews begging for more. No, none, I guess not. Oh well. Anyways, I'm still looking for a new CH. Chapter 17. Epic Battle Part 1. We were about to jump into action when we were stopped. Wait. Kai shouted. Nobody touched my itachi. What? Sasuke asked. Sorry, Sasuke, I don't mean to be unfaithful or anything, but... She trailed off. She had, somehow, managed to latch herself onto Itachi. Itachi, who looked as if he was debating if he should kill the unfortunate girl now hanging on him. Yes, she was not just hugging him, but was hanging onto him. Oh my, I said. Kai, not to interrupt your, wonderful moment, but if you don't let go of him now, you just might die. No, that's impossible, she said. My Itachi would never do that to me. Get off. Now. He did not look happy. No, she said. You know you like this. His glare suggested otherwise. Kai, if you could see his eyes, you would know he's already activated his Sharingan, and, as far as I know, you haven't been in Tsukuyomi, and something tells me that you don't want to be caught in it, I told her. I tried to reason with her, but when she was in her fangirl mode like she was right now, there was no stopping her. Darcy, I think you're overreacting, she said simply, cuddling even more with Itachi, if that was even possible. I'm overreacting? Who's the one that's latched herself onto a fictional character? I asked. Fictional? Do you even see him standing here? She asked. She was outraged, as if I had just said he was the ugliest, stupidest, most evil, and by that I, of course, mean even eviler than Toby Madara. Oh, you know what I mean, I said. At that exact moment, Itachi had, apparently, had enough. He somehow wrenched Kai off of him and sent her flying towards a tree. Lucky Kakashi sense caught her, or she probably wouldn't have been fighting in this fight. Thanks, she said. Told you, I said. No, you said that if I wasn't careful I would get caught in his Tsukuyomi, not get thrown against a tree. She said. Same diff, I said. Not really, she said. One would kill me, the other just injures me. Whatever, I said. That's when I saw her, just standing there behind Itachi, glaring at Kai. That's when an idea popped into my head. Hey, Kels, I sang. Come here a sec, I've got something to give you. You could clearly see her perk up. What? She asked, coming forward. A punch in your goddamn face, bitch, I yelled, punching her hard in the face. She stumbled backwards when I hit her. What was that for, bitch? She yelled back. Gee, I don't know. It couldn't have been because you ditched me for a group of S-class criminals, I said sarcastically. Are you being sarcastic? She asked. Oh no, of course not, I said, my voice still dripping heavily with sarcasm. She lost it then and there. She screamed and charged me, tackling me to the ground. She aimed a punch at my face, but I turned my head to the side and she punched the ground. I kneed her in the stomach to get her off of me. I quickly got up and got into a fighting stance, and she did the same. We started throwing punches and kicks and random insults at each other. Some hit and some didn't, the kicks and punches, that is. We exchanged a few more kicks and punches before we finally jumped back to catch our breath. She was the first to attack again. But it wasn't taijutsu, she used ninjutsu. Fire style, fireball jutsu, she cried. What? I cried out in surprise. But I made myself focus. I dodged it and jumped onto the lake, yes, onto this time, not into. She prepared for another fireball, and this time I was ready to counter. Water style, giant vortex jutsu. The water and fire hit, and there was a big burst of steam. Though I couldn't see the fire and water battle, I could feel my water was winning. I focused even more at the realization. This was going great. And then there was another flame. I almost lost hold of my water, but somehow I managed to keep it. Not that it mattered, this new flame was a lot more powerful. I knew I wouldn't be able to hold out much longer. I released the jutsu and dived underwater, and took a big breath of air. When I came up, I saw Itachi standing beside Kelsey. Figures. That was a cheap shot. You're telling me I'm the one who was almost hit? How many times do I have to tell you I am? Whatever. Let's just focus. Kai hurried over to me. That's when I noticed that Itachi was standing by Kelsey's unconscious body. Did you do that? I asked Kai. Hell yeah, she said. Nobody will ever take my Itachi. I gave her a look that said yeah, and what about me? Oh, or my dear cousin, she added. That's better, I said, turning my attention back to the Akatsuki. Everyone had rearranged. God, these guys are fast. Haiden and Kakuzu were standing in front on me and Kai. Itachi and Kisame were facing Kakashi and Sasuke. Pain, Konoha, and Zetsu were facing Gaara and Temari. Tobi and Deidara were facing Kankura and Orochimaru, poor Kankuro. I looked to see Sakura and Naruto hiding in the trees behind us. Actually, Sakura was hiding while restraining Naruto. Well, bitch, time to get back at you, Hayden said, a sadistic grin on his face. What are you getting back at me for? I asked. I asked to fight you so I could get back at you. You just ing annoy me, okay? He said. So, because of that, you have to kill me? I asked. Basically, he said. Well, that's logical, I said sarcastically. Also, I need another sacrifice, he said. And you've chosen me? I asked. Yup. He smiled even more. Oh boy, lucky me, I said flatly. Are we going to stand here talking all day or are we going to fight? We're going to ing fight, bitch, he shouted. Oh, Kai, I said. Dibs on Hayden. Okay, she said. I knew she didn't want to fight Kakuzu, but I think she had enough sense right now to know not to argue. I faced Hayden, and he charged me. Sorry for the Cliffy, but I'm going to split this fight into 3 chapters, so deal with it. That's no fair. I said deal with it. But anyways, completely random, but my area's in a tornado warning and I was stupid enough to let my cat out. Will he be okay? Yeah, I went out and found him. I'm so proud of myself, I was able to find him and bring him inside. Laughing face. Yay! Anyways, review, she loves it. Yes I do, laughing face. But not as much as I love Itachi. Ida, why am I here? Because I want you here. Ida, Darcy, I thought you were the author. I am, but apparently, I have not control over the matter. Sorry, you'll just have to deal with it. Ida, damn. Hugs Itachi fiercely. Well, like Kai said, review, and I should have the next chapter up tomorrow, but no promises, I'm really tired, so I may not feel like doing it. Sorry to disappoint. But I'll try and keep it up, and then when I go on vacation I can write at my own pace, and hopefully I'll get something done, laughing face. See you next time! Epic Battle Part 2. Here's the next chapter. Sorry, I don't feel much like talking right now. Oh, I've got my new character for the sequel, sorry to anyone else who wanted it. Oh, Hayden! Hayden, why the hell am I here? Because I'm the author and I said so. I told you I had to get back at you, and I'm starting now. Do the disclaimer and tell them how awesome I am. Hayden, she doesn't know Naruto, and she's… Wait, what? You heard me, evil grin. Hayden, no, I don't think I did, I'm short of hearing, I think. Then get a goddamn hearing aid. Hayden, but I don't need one. Then. Do. What? I say. Glares menacingly. Hayden, fine. Damn you, bitch, for being the author. Darcy is the most wonderful author on this site, and the most wonderful person in the world, and is amazing in every way, shape, and form. Runs to the bathroom and throws up. It wasn't that bad. Was it? Chapter 18. Epic Battle Part 2. Hayden charged me, his scythe swinging wildly. I dodged one swipe. Then another. And another. And a butterfly. No, not really, it was. Another swing of his scythe. You're a freaking maniac! I cried. I do what I must to please Jashin. He sounded like he was in hysterics or something, probably not too far off the mark there. I dodged the next blow by jumping up into a tree, and then I jumped back down over by Kai and Kakuzu. You stay out of this, Kakuzu! Hayden shouted. I was planning to, Kakuzu replied. Feel free to help Kai, I said to my cousin. No thanks, I'll skip the fight with the sadistic killer, thanks, she said with a smile. I looked behind me to see the crazed immortal charging me again. Ah, man. Here he comes again. Hey, you were the one who wanted to fight him. Ah, touché. No. Just fight, okay? You're no fun. I've given up on you at this point. Thanks a lot. I jumped out of the way of Hayden's scythe. But I didn't want a repeat of how the fight started, so I lunged under his next swipe. I grabbed his scythe and simultaneously kicked his chest, causing him to lose his scythe. Damn it, bitch, give me back my scythe! He shouted. I don't think so, I said. Do the smart thing and give me my F*******ing scythe, Hayden said. I don't think giving a sadistic killer his weapon back constitutes as smart, I said, jumping away from his lunge as he tried to get his scythe back. Well, it would be smart of you because I will get my scythe back, I promise, and if you don't willingly give it back, I'm going to make your death as slow and painful as possible, he threatened. Well, that gives me more reason and motivation to keep you away from your scythe, I said. This time when he lunged at I swung the scythe at him, leaving a deep gash in his arm. How dare you use my scythe against me? He shouted. I've got to defeat you somehow, I told him with a shrug. I took a chance and glanced at the other fights. Sasuke and Itachi were in their genjutsu fight, like the one in the manga, just not as intense. Kakashi was in an intense taijutsu battle with Kisame, as were all the other ninja. No one seemed to be using ninjutsu or genjutsu, besides Itachi and Sasuke. I turned my attention back to Hayden. Okay, Darcy, focus, you need to finish him off soon, or he really will get his scythe back, and then you, my friend, are screwed. You got that right, girl? Unless you're going to give me some advice, I suggest you shut up. Whatever. Okay, Hayden, I think it's time to finish this, I said, hoisting his scythe into a fighting position. I was about to say the same thing, bitch, Hayden said, grinning. We charged for each other. This was it. Sorry for the Cliffy and the short chap. Next chapter will wrap up the battle, and after that possibly the story, but I'm thinking of an epilogue. Yay! Well, actually, it's sad you're ending this story, but you'll be starting the sequel soon. Right. Pause. Right? Probably, but depends if I have the energy/inspiration. I'll give you the inspiration. That doesn't help the energy. If you don't start it soon after, then I'll get Hayden after you. Well, that's one way to get me to write. Anyways, review please? Oh, and I'm trying to teach myself Japanese. I had no idea it was so hard. Epic Battle Part 3. Good news, this is the last chapter of the fight. Again, I apologize for the short chapter and the Cliffy. Anyways, this is the end of the fight, but that also means this story is almost done. Well, we'll miss you until you get the sequel out. I'm not really in the mood to put anyone in this author's note, so I don't own Naruto. On with the story. Chapter 19. Epic Battle Part 3. Hayden and I charged at each other. This was it. I hoisted his scythe up higher, preparing to swing. I jumped back, scythe still ready, and waited for Hayden to get closer. Wait. Okay, now. I swung. I was aiming to decapitate him, and then keep Kakuzu away from the body and the head. But it seemed my aim was off. Instead of slicing his head, I ended up making another large gash on his other arm. He jumped back, crying out in pain. Damn it, bitch, give me my scythe back, he ordered. I don't think so, I said. Besides, I thought you liked the pain. That's only when I inflict it on myself, he said. Okay, that's just creepy, I said. Now I see why you don't like him, Kakuzu. Give me back my scythe, he repeated. What are you, a broken record? I asked, preparing to swipe the scythe again. This time, I wouldn't miss. He saw me getting ready to attack, and instead of being logical, for sadistic killers are not normally logical, and trying to think up a plan, do you know what he did? That's right, he ran for the hills. Ha, no. Of course he didn't, he ran straight for me. So why did we fight this guy again? It was because he almost killed us. It was your idea, remember? No, not really. Silence, if there can be silence in one's head, how did I get stuck with you? Because we're the same. Oh boy, lucky me, note the sarcasm. I swung the scythe. And this time, thank goodness, I didn't miss. His head came clean off. Ha! How was that? Damn it! Kakuzu, sew my head on! Hayden shouted. Just as Kakuzu was about to help him, there was a big puff of smoke in the middle of the clearing, as if someone had summoned something. Just as I was about to accuse Naruto of summoning Gamabunta, did I get the name right? When he shouldn't have, when the smoke started to clear. And who was there, you might ask? Yes, children, it's Santa Claus. No, I'm kidding, Christmas isn't for another couple of months. In fact, it was Tsunade, Shizen, and Jiraiya. Lady Tsunade, Shizen, what are you doing here? Sakura asked in surprise. And you too, pervy sage, what are you doing here? Naruto asked. We're here to get you guys, Tsunade said simply. But how did you figure it out? Sakura asked, approaching her sensei. We created a summoning jutsu, and we used a reverse summoning. Tsunade explained. That's so cool, will you teach me? Sakura asked. Maybe, Tsunade said. Then, projecting her voice, she was talking to everyone. Now, I don't know what is going on here, but I am ending it. If there are any objections, I will personally beat the shit out of you. The glare she gave everyone was enough to stop everyone, Akatsuki included. You crack me up sometimes, Tsunade, Orochimaru said. Orochimaru, Tsunade said. Then she turned to Kakashi. What the hell is he doing here? Can we explain that later? Kakashi asked. Fine, Tsunade said. Shizen, take the Akatsuki back. I don't want them near Naruto. What makes you think we'll go quietly? Pain asked. Because we are your only way home, Tsunade said. Ah, touche, Pain said. Get your own damn line, Pain, Kai said. Everyone looked at her. What? That's what Irika would say. What is she talking about? Tsunade asked. 2 words, Naruto abridged. I stated. Whatever, Shizen, you know what to do, Tsunade said. Right, milady, Shizen said. Let's go, everyone. She walked over to Pain and everyone gathered around them. Kakuzu picked up Haiden's body and started to walk back. Damn it, Kakuzu, get my F*********************************** ing head, Haiden shouted. Oh, I almost forgot, Kakuzu said, sounding as if he meant to leave Haiden's head behind. After a few moments, everyone had gathered around Shizen. I'll see you back in the village, Shizen, Tsunade said. Yes, ma'am, Shizen said, and preformed the jutsu. Okay, is everyone alright? Tsunade asked. Everyone nodded, and Kakashi gave a report to Tsunade. And those 3 girls are the ones I trained, Kakashi said. Wait, where's Kelsey? It seems Itachi brought her with him, I said. Good riddance is what I say. Nuh! Everyone looked at Kai. She had fallen to her knees on the water. Why, Itachi? Why do you betray me so? Kai, I hate to burst your bubble, but I don't think Itachi liked you, I said, kneeling next to her. Anyways, how did their training go, Kakashi? Tsunade asked, ignoring the crying girl on the water. Excellent. In fact, didn't you say you made a, killer combo? Kakashi asked me. Damn, we didn't get to use that combo, I complained. Let's show it to them right now, Kai said, immediately perking up. Who should we use it on? Sasuke? I asked. No. Sakura, she shouted. No, I said, defending the terrified girl. Then we exchanged a knowing look. Should we? Let's, she said, grinning evilly. We stood up and got ready. Okay, can everyone except for Jiraiya move to the side? Okay, but why everyone except for Jiraiya? Tsunade asked, moving into the trees with all of the other ninja. You'll see, I said. I preformed the necessary hand seals, and then exclaimed. Water style, giant vortex jutsu! The water rose up creating the vortex, and that's when Kai added her lighting jutsu. Chidori! She shouted, after performing the necessary hand seals. He stuck her hand in the water. The electricity wound its way around the vortex of water, and the lighting/water jutsu combo hit Jiraiya, who didn't suspect a thing. I hope we didn't kill him, I said. Don't worry, I didn't put my Chidori at full power, Kai said. What was that for? Jiraiya asked weakly. For being a pervert, I hope that teaches you not to peep on girls, Kai said. Tsunade was trying to hold in her laughter and while she examined him. I guess you'll think twice before you look in a girl's bathhouse, Tsunade said. Not likely, I said. That was impressive, Kakashi said. I've taught you girls well. I'm very proud of you. Thank you, Kakashi-sensei, I said. Kai just smiled. Well, I can say proudly that, were you born in a leaf village, you would be amazing chunits, possibly jonits, Tsunade said. Okay, say your goodbyes, and then we'll move out. The second Tsunade said that, Kai rushed to Sasuke giving him a huge bear hug. Sasuke, I'll miss you, she cried. Oh. UT in anguish. I just stood on the water. I wasn't sure what to do. I had only kissed Gaara in private, and I didn't think he wanted me to hug him, so you can imagine my surprise when I felt his arms around me. "I'll miss you," he said, kissing the top of my head. I looked up, and our lips met for probably the last kiss I would ever get from him. "Will I ever see you again?" I asked. "Who knows?" he said. "We might need help from you too when the Akatsuki are ready to attack us again." I hugged him tightly, and when we parted he hurried back to the group before Temari could yell at him. Kai and I stood alone by the trees and waved as Tsunade took them all home. It wasn't until when Kai hugged me that I realized I was crying. "I'll miss them," I said. "Me too, Kaus," she said. "Me too." Well, there we go. I'm going to put an epilogue in, and after that, I'm done with this. There will be a sequel. In fact, I'll post it when I post the epilogue so that you guys know when it's out. K, I'm going sniff to miss Sniff, you sniff so much. Starts to bawl her eyes out. D hugs Kai, I'll miss you too, but I'll be back in the epilogue and the sequel. Speaking of which, I'll probably have the epilogue up in 2 days instead of 1 because I'll be working on the first chapter of the sequel. Also, I'm thinking of posting a Mulan/Naruto's over. I've started working on it, but I want to know your opinion. Do you think I should do it? There are 2 Mulan/Naruto's overs already, so I think it'll work, but I just want to know if you'd like to see one. I'd like to know if that'd be something you'd read. See you in the epilogue. Epilogue. Well, here's the epilogue. I'm going to miss you all so wait, the sequel's up, now, so you can see me, figuratively, there. K, speaking of the epilogue, don't you have some things to tell them? Right, it's called Reunion, and I don't think I've said this yet. Akatsuki Attack is the lucky author who got the part. I guess I should have said that earlier, Anywho, her character's name is Akito. But that's all I'm telling you, for she has an appearance in this chapter. Okay, I don't own Naruto, now, enjoy the end of this story. Epilogue. Kai and I sat in Kelsey's house, debating about stuff. Stuff you wouldn't believe we would waste our time debating. "I just don't get it," she exclaimed. "You don't get it? I'm the one who needs things explained to her," I cried out in exasperation. "You need things explained? You're the one who fell for Gaara, of all people," she yelled back at me. "Well, at least I fell for one guy, Miss Two Personalities," I said, arms crossed. "Yeah, well, at least both of my guys are hot," she said, sitting back with her arms crossed as well. "Oh, and Gaara isn't?" I asked. "Nope," she said. This was getting annoying, so I decided that it was time to argue about our real dilemma. "Whatever," I said. "What we need to figure out is how we're going to explain Kelsey's absence to her parents. They are pretty good people. I wonder every day how they got an offspring as crazy and, who'd have thought, bitch as her." That's a good question," she said, taking a thinking position. "Oh, what if we told them that she went to a boarding school or something?" "No, they'd probably want to check in on her and pay the bills," I said. "But wait, that might just work. If we tell them that she went to boarding school because she was sick of them and she didn't want to see them, then they'd leave her alone." "But what about the bills?" Kai asked. "Simple, we say my parents paid for them," I said. "That's believable, trust me." "Okay, well, that takes care of that," she said. "I'm going to really miss them all." Just then, there was a knock on the door. We exchanged glances and then got up to answer the door. When I opened the door, I saw a girl who looked about 12. "Hi, my name is Akito. I'm Kelsey's cousins," the girl said. She had black hair with red highlights that fell to her ankles, and had a purple tank top on with navy pants and red shoes. "Can I see her?" Not really," I said. "Just who are you anyways?" she asked, hands on her hips. "I'm her friend, Darcy, and so is Kai here," I said. "Was?" Kai said. "What?" Akito and I said together. "We was her friends," Kai said. "That's bad grammar," I said. "So?" Kai asked, looking innocent, but if you knew her, you knew she was far from innocent. "Anyways, come on in, Akito, it looks like there's a lot to tell you," I said, stepping aside to let her in. She came in and sat down on the couch. Kai and I sat across from her in the recliners, a table between us, Kelsey's cousin. "Now, Akito, what do you know about the show Naruto?" "Only like everything," she said excitedly. "Then, girl, do I have a story for you?" I said. I explained everything starting from when the characters came here, to when we met Akatsuki, to when we teamed up with Orochimaru and Sasuke, to when Kelsey betrayed us, to when they all left. And then we performed our killer combo. I said. And then Tsunade took everyone home, and now here we are talking to you. By the way, the story with Kelsey is that she went to boarding school. Kai said. She really did that. I don't believe it, it doesn't seem like her. Akito said. I didn't want to believe it either, but people change when they're in love. I said. No. That's impossible. Itachi can love no one but me. Kai cried out in anguish. I meant that Kelsey changed because she was in love. I said. Don't worry, Itachi doesn't love her, although I don't think that he'll love you either. No, don't say that, there's still hope. She shouted at me. Yeah, maybe if we ever see him again. I said, stating what I thought was the obvious. We will, I know it. She said, and a dreamy look crossed over her face as she went off into daydream world. Well then, let's ignore the love-sick girl. Akito said. Wait for it. I said. All of a sudden, she started glaring at the wall. What do you mean, Sasuke's hotter? She asked. Akito was about to say something, but I silenced her. I mean exactly what I said. Sasuke is way hotter than Itachi. She said. Is she talking to herself? Akito asked. Yeah, just let her finish. You've got to treat her like you would a sleepwalker. If you snap her out of it, she'll just be confused. I explained. After a while of Kai arguing with herself, she finally gave up and came to. What are you guys looking at? She asked when she saw we were staring at her. Nothing, I said. So, you said that Kakashi trained you? Akito asked, smartly changing the subject. Yes, he did, Kai said. If you want, we can teach you. But only the basics. We don't have any of that super cool paper that Kakashi-sensei uses to check your chakra type. Actually, I do, I said, holding up some paper. I swiped it off of him. So, Akito, you ready for this? Yes, I am, she said. We ran off to the clearing that we trained in, and through that to the clearing we fought in. Well, there you go, that's the end here. I really hope you liked this story. If you've been reading but not reviewing, this is the time to review. Tell me what you thought of the story. K, I do want to know one thing though. D, and what would that be? K, why did we go to the clearing where we fought instead of the usual clearing? D, I don't know, I thought it'd be kind of bittersweet or something. You know, the place we train our new recruit happens to be to the place everyone left. I thought it'd be cool. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, review.